I am sure sports. You know me there, I'm coach to coach representing. I mean, I say this is righteous representing for Omar. You don't know, come get the sports over here from near and far. Boy. Me say I am sure sports, one thing me sure about. When me say sure, that me not doubt. Come get your sports, get it over here. Come subscribe, repost and share. I am sure sports, one thing me sure about. When me say sure, that me not doubt. Come get your sports, get it over here. Come subscribe, repost and share. If me not sure, that me not say it. Know who score, that me not say it. Never know the game play, that me not say it. If me never seen a game, me not know who play. For your sports news, better come over here so. For your soccer news, then come over here so. If you don't love sports, still come over here so. For the day done, you are gonna love over here so.
So when it comes on to behavior concerning football, Jamaica is decent. I am sure that if we can get all of these things done, set in place by the end of April, it gives us enough time before the World Cup campaign. Not afraid of no Brazil, no Argentina with these crap of players. We are good enough. Remember to like, subscribe, share. Listen, comment. Let me know what your thoughts are.
Trick Nick Jerk Marinade gives your meats and vegetables authentic Jamaican jerk flavor. The spices are directly from Jamaica. Spices like jerk seasoning, allspice, scotch bonnet pepper, fresh scallions, thyme, ginger, and garlic. The key ingredients to a great jerk marinade. 0% sugar and low in sodium. You want to try it?
All right. Welcome to I Am Sure Sports. I'm your host, Manningsman, and it is Super Friday. And indeed, it's going to be a fantastic show today. We have several guests passing through. We have coaches and managers, and we also will be having with us the head of the JPL or the JFPL. All right, but he is a chairman. He was with us earlier, and he's back again to give us some update. But first, I want you to know that we'll be having lots of giveaway. Right? You notice I'm wearing a I almost said Mount Pleasant, but this is actually a Malines shirt. See, I'm wearing the Malines jersey, and I also have one to give away to you today. Right? So I'll be giving away a Malines jersey. I also have a Cavaliers jersey to give away. I have 2 tickets to the Monday night fixtures to give away. We have some credit to give away, so you can call it the Uber or the taxi to get you to the game, right? And we don't know. We may have some more things to give away, but these men are busy men, so I'm going to bring them on. We're going to show you the table, show you the matchups that we're going to have, the exciting stuff happening with the football. So big up, welcome as usual. Hit the like button, subscribe, and share. Remember, it is Super Friday. Somebody asking about Humble Lion jersey or TG jersey. We still get there, don't worry about it. This is Mr. Owen Hill. Sir Hill, welcome. Good afternoon. And we also have the head coach at Falkland United, newly received his A license certification. You understand me? The levels are up, Mr. Leecroft Letman. But first and foremost, welcome, Mr. Hill. Thank you for joining us on this busy Friday. I think Mr. Hill has frozen on his side, not getting any sound from him right now. That is a still picture. Mr. Letman, how you doing, Coach Letman?
Yes, welcome and good afternoon to everyone and the viewers. Welcome, man.
Yeah, man, it's good to have you here. We're having a little problem with Mr. Hill, so when he comes back, I'll let him talk a little. But I mean,
just before you go ahead, just to start, it's just the first leg of the A license.
Okay.
It's not completed as yet, so we're going on for 8 months.
8 months before you actually get
For
it.
completion.
Ah, wonderful, wonderful. Well, congratulations to you because you're one of the 3 Jamaicans who were selected this time to be a part of it. It was held in Trinidad and Tobago. Now, let's talk about your team, Falkland. Falkland, I mean, originally you're at Mobay, you went to Falkland, restarting, working with a new team there. They have been playing some good football, and the truth is the results are not matching up to their play so far. The window is open. I mean, I remember even watching them at Druxall in that game against Waterhouse, and they really deserved to have gotten something out of it. Now the window is open. What can we expect going forward with your Falklands team, given the quality football we have been seeing from them so far up to this point?
All right. Most of all, I must say, thanks for having me on the show, and it's always a pleasure. Coming out of coming out of the Premier League from last year with Mobile United, and basically re-entering Falkland. The start was a little bit rocky, and I think the players really, after put things to place, the players really understand and know that it's not tier 2 they are at now. It's really the Premier League level, and they have to step up to that level where at least they have to come out and train and be disciplined in all areas of the game, right? And coming into the competition, it's not a walk in the park.
Yeah, yeah, and because they're a newly promoted team, also, I get the feeling that you have a very young team as well. What is the average age of the team, and is that a factor in terms of them adjusting to the league? We have Mr. Hill, who is back with us. Mr. Hill, are you hearing us now?
I am hearing you. Are you hearing me?
Loud and clear, loud and clear. Right. So let me just finish up with this question with Mr. Letman, head coach at Falkland. Don't know if you guys, obviously you guys probably have met at some point, but he's a head coach.
Man, we met. Yeah.
Sure.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah. So right. So young team. I mean, what is the average age and first season? I mean, based on where you are in the table right now, are you confident that your team will be able to remain in the league? You sit at the bottom of the table after 10 games with a minus 18 goal difference and 2 points. And the closest team to you are 5 points ahead of you, which is the very united team. And then Chapelton, the other newly promoted team, they're on 8 points. Just made a major coaching change down there. What are your prospects going forward?
All right. First of all, we have the average between 27, 28, which those are mature players, but not mature for the league itself. We are trying to get them to understand the whole level of the top flight football. As Mr. Hill met with the team, and we have he have a little talk to them and let
What,
them know that.
Mr. Hill met with the team? Carefully, you're saying that, Mr. Hill has been meeting with all the teams. Or there's a UE connection?
It's a UE connection, man. They know we are past students. Yeah, but I'm a little bit older, Yeah.
Yeah.
And basically that's one of the outcome. It's more experience to the league, because coming into the league it carried a lot of weight. Back in the days when we used to play, coming out of the Casa Cup and coming in at 19 and playing the Premier League, it was like a clock ticking.
Yeah. All right, Mr. Hill. I mean, again, good to have you. Now, 10 games so far. What is your overall assessment of play? The fan support coming out. I know you have also gone as far as one team. I mean, Tivoli Gardens is now able to host game. I know the Ashenine Stadium as well will be one of the new stadiums hosting game. And I think Waterhouse has also been cleared. I mean, things looking up so far. I mean, give us an overview of what is happening and what are the expectations you have now from the fan now that games are going back to most of the home venues.
Yeah, well, I'm excited. I mean, I think every single team in the league right now should be excited because we're going into what is the business end of the season. So I think you find that the quality of the football is improving. you mentioned the fact that we are expanding the number of venues, because we know that there needs to be that expansion of venues so that you can get good quality football being played across the country. Jamaica College as a football field, or Ashenheim Stadium rather, is just but one of the many venues. Tivoli Gardens has also been approved, so games will be played there. Waterhouse is also approved, games are played there. And I think on the western end, the same Falkland United, Lee Craft and his team is looking to add another venue outside of Westport Park and Catherine Hall to the mix, because we want to have football being played across the length and breadth of the country. So that's the first thing. I'm excited about that, because sometimes when it's static, when it's consistent and you can see it in one venue, you get bored easily. So we want to switch it up a little bit, give the teams another opportunity to excite and just play good football. So overall, we're looking forward to that. Engagement, for sure, we're seeing a momentum being built. I think the new Reggae Boys national senior men's coach has added value to the whole setup right now, because players are looking forward to excite and to impress. So the quality of the football hopefully will lift. And then the sponsors, the partners that we have on board, they're excited about wanting to activate a number of these games. So I think when there's this overall ecosystem that is built, the product will get better as we move forward.
Wonderful. And I must say, I mean, I've been to a few of the games, and I feel like the fans are more and more fans. I mean, no matter what time the game is being played, I know, last year it was very slow, almost until you got to the playoffs. But from my vantage point, there are more and more fans coming out. Not ideal yet, I mean, but you can see that more fans are coming out to the game. There's a little bit more excitement, and like you have rightly said, with the new national coach going to the venues, I think that sort of interaction, players knowing that players were called up and they were not, that will motivate them, knowing that the coach is going to be there. You don't know where he's going to turn up. You're going to bring your A game. You want your fans to be there and be cheering them on. So is this part of the new promotional drive or thrust of the league operators and directors management? I think Mr. Hill is frozen again.
Yeah, I don't know what's happening. I don't know. Are you guys hearing me fully?
We're hearing it clearly.
Okay, wonderful. So I mean, I presume the question, because I heard bits and pieces of the question, but you're saying you're seeing a number of addition to the overall product. You see fans coming back in the stadium. You see the new coach now back in the stadium, which gives also local talent an opportunity to be exposed. It will help significantly. I mean, quality of football, as you can imagine, will improve because everybody wants to impress on the coach. So I think Coach Letman and all the other coaches in the league will benefit from the fact that the strategy for Hall Grimson is to visit these local games to kind of spot out talent and to keep them active, to keep them in spaces that they will be playing. It helps with the overall product, I keep saying, because the value is incomparable to anything else that we would have had so far. So we're looking to piggyback on that whole thing, and we're helping the whole ecosystem to build. So as Coach Letman spoke, I kind of gave a quick talk to the team. And I mean, sometimes we need that little pep, because the truth of the matter is all these guys are looking forward to that next step. They want to impress. I mean, the pinnacle is obviously playing for your national team, but you're also looking to earn decent wages, to be respected as a professional, because you see your counterparts. You notice what is happening in the other jurisdictions. So if you can use this as that launching pad week in, week out to come and deliver, because on the pitch is what matters. So what we are trying to do is to ensure that all the right inputs are provided. We give you a nice pitch, we give you a nice atmosphere, we'll give you some nice kits, we give you sponsors. We try to motivate you as far as is possible so that every Sunday or every Monday, whenever you play, you should be delivering at a high quality. You're on TV, you're being videoed. These are things now that will help to enhance an overall professional footballer's career. So hopefully the guys are seeing it that way, and they know that we are here for their best interest, and we're trying to promote and to move the needle as far as possible.
Wonderful. No, go ahead, Coach Letman. I know you were going to say something.
It's the list, the thing that the coach coming out, the list has make a moral boost for my players, because when they get the list, they say, Coach,
how my name not on the list?
Players are not on it.
No one from Montego Bay or from Falkland.
Yes, so
yes,
what now? They use that as a big motivation to come out and put out that extra work where I haven't been seeing that since I've been over Falkland. So that has made a moral change to the whole dynamic of the training session. Even the last game we played, it come down to a penalty, which it was just awesome. The whole week was just awesome.
Yeah. I figured that is going to happen. But Coach Letman, I mean, you guys have some very nice jerseys. How? Because I want to ask Mr. Owen Hill that. What about supporters buying the merchandise? Because that is a very important part of the league itself. You know, the supporters coming on board, wearing the replica shirts to represent their team. What is the support like for the Falklands team? Because I can tell you, that is what drives Arnett Garden. That is what drives Mount Pleasant. That is what drove the Mobile United when they were at the top of the league. What is Falkland doing to get the community behind them and going out to the games just outside of Montego Bay? I mean, I know winning is part of that, but what other things can be done to get the fans out behind the club?
First thing, as I said to my players before, if you can get out 5 person to come, because you guys are entertainers, right? So I tell them, if you can get 5 person out, that it starts with you first, and then that 5 will invite a next 5. Each of that 5, it invite a next 5. So that's 5 5s, 25. And if we have 20 players on the roster for that day, do the calculation. That is just from players alone, right?
Yeah.
So you're coming out, you're marketing the club now by you know producing that whole dynamics of playing on the field. So you're entertaining, because you guys are entertainer. So you are going to entertain the crowd. And then when you come now, your jersey with that 5 person is going to be sold with your number in the back. So that's your fan club base right there. So it starts basically from that.
Yeah. All right. Mr. Hill, so my next question to you is that the merchandise, I mean, I know like from Mount Pleasant, I think the bigger fan bases, which is not something you control, the bigger fan bases will probably buy the most jerseys. Like this week, I reached out to Mount Pleasant and they said all of theirs have been sold out, which is good. And they're waiting for more to come on in. How is that going, and how are the clubs helping to ensure, because this is an important part, that the fans buy the product, because that's resources into the league. How is that part of the process going from your perspective?
So I think 2 things we need to make very, very clear. One of the revenue sources for the clubs are the merchandise that are on sale. So I'm seeing that you're donning a Mullines United replica gear, and those are all the teams have gears that are available for sale. We would have been working with the teams trying to find different strategies to move the product into the hands of the consumers. And once the consumers have it, it will give a moral boost to the players, because these consumers now will be able to come to the games and wear their gear, and they'll be in support. The clubs must also be very aware of how to push these gear, because ultimately it helps them.
Yeah, I think there's a little bit
Yeah, yeah.
yeah.
Oh, he's
Go
back.
ahead.
He's
I
back.
Can
think
you guys hear me?
yeah, you're back
Yes,
now.
he's back. Yeah,
Yes.
yeah.
I don't know what's happening today. I mean,
Is the internet on your side? It's all right, but we're hearing you. Just go ahead, and you were saying that the clubs also need to know. I think you were talking about their responsibility. Okay.
He's out again.
Yeah, so he's off again. Which is what I'm saying. Is there a marketing group at the club trying to ensure that the Falkland fans wear the jerseys? I mean, how are you doing that? Do people actually see them? Are they seeing people wearing them? Just like Mulline says, man is man. You have to wear our jersey so people can see it is something nice. You can wear it out and sing. And also to big up their sponsors, because it's a
Right.
part of the whole product. I mean,
Product.
because when the sponsors see like the jersey being worn on platforms like these, they are saying that, okay, it is wise to sponsor, because look at you understand what I mean, when
Yes,
people
yes,
see all of these things, that's
yeah.
what happened. There you go. So it is an important part of what Falkland needs to do. How is that going? I see someone asking, what about even the team logo on your jersey? And like again, it's a newly promoted team. So
Right.
is that one of the reasons why it's a little difficult? There you go. I think this
yeah,
is yes.
I'm using my phone now.
Yeah, man.
I yield to using my phone.
Yeah, right. So you're talking about the club actually being in the clubs being engaged in the process of getting the merchandise out there as a revenue stream to the club themselves. Yeah.
Yes, the clubs. We've impressed on the clubs to ensure that they keep pushing the paraphernalias, the different things that exist for fan engagement and social interactions. Because whenever you have these things, it helps to give an interaction that is you can't quantify the interaction ultimately, because when you find more and more people wearing your gear, you find the support being stronger, and then gives the team that boost that is required. I mean, we look at leagues across the world, we look at ultimately the different places that do these things. If it is that we want to replicate that, then we have to start, baby steps. So that's what we've done. I mean, we've started by having the actual gear, and we have different types of gear. So the replica is one. I mean, there are different replicas, and then there are some new ones coming as well. So the clubs are expected now to push them, but we also have a space where we're pushing them. The diaspora is also able to purchase, because there is an online store set up by Admiral, and it's being also promoted by us because they're the partners, and they're helping to push it internationally. So if you're not in Jamaica and you really want to purchase a Falkland gear because you come from Montego Bay and you like what it's doing, then you're still able to purchase, and then the funds are channeled back to Falkland. So all the revenues from the kits, every single jersey that is sold, every single revenue that comes from it goes back to the clubs. So that is also the distribution model, which helps to ensure that the onus also is on the club to do some work, because yes, you want to be competing for 3 points, but you have to build your overall program to ensure there is success.
Yeah, and I realize that some of the clubs, in particular like Mount Pleasant, when a game is played at Draxall, they actually have a tent with a table selling the jersey. No, and I don't know how the venues work, because I realize like at Stadium East, you don't necessarily see the teams playing there selling their merchandise. Is that something that they go ahead?
That's where the creativity now needs to come in. So we ask the clubs to find strategies, because instead of where Mount Pleasant plays at Draxall, it provides a stationary opportunity.
Yeah.
But at Stadium East, you may not have that stationary opportunity. So you may just need a couple of people to be walking in the stand,
Yeah.
advertising and promoting, or you may need to do it at the front of the venue. Whatever creative means there needs to be, then we should be engaging people, because you don't want to have a space where people want to consume the product, but they're complaining about getting the actual things. It's very easy for you to go and purchase a Real Madrid kit or a Manchester United kit, but we want it to be as accessible as possible locally, so that people get back into love with what is considered the JPL.
Yeah. And is there anything in the pipeline to add to the already excitement in the league? I know, like, we saw and you guys have an awesome Instagram, the JPL themselves. I mean, the social media work is really, really awesome. I mean, as soon as there's a new signing from a club, you see it posted and stuff. But one of the things we love is if I don't know how the as organizers, you know, and we're not trying to replicate everything in Europe, but when there's a signing, you know, there is some sort of a press conference, or even before the match day, if there's a big match, the big Monday night match, is there an actual press conference where, even if it's on Zoom, where it is broadcast so people can talk to the coaches, you know, and talk to the team captain? Is there a plan to do that, or that is too much for this season? And that is, yeah.
No, man, you're right on point. I mean, it's just what we are in the process of executing. As you can imagine, we're working with an overall strategy, and you don't want to bite off and chew right now. So what we're trying to do is to build the entire ecosystem. I keep saying it, but you will definitely have to stay tuned to see what is new and exciting. So a press conference, something that we're looking forward to, and it would be not just for the Monday night games, it would be for all the games. And we want to ensure that the teams also participate, because I'm sure they don't want to hear me talk. I'm not out there playing. I'm not.
Yes.
So we need to have players also ready to talk. We need to have coaches accessible to talk, and we need to not be afraid, because I find that there's this dissonance that happens locally, where people are of the view that you don't want to reveal too much before the game. Yes. You know, so those are things that we try to work with the clubs and the different partners on. I can tell you that the sponsors, a lot of them would love to have those opportunities. So it really now comes down to how we can marry the ingenuity of the team members, and, you know, people like you who consistently help to push the brand, with the actual product being the players and the coaches and the officials who are a part of it.
Yeah, I see someone in the diaspora. He says, "Man, is there a difference with match-worn jerseys and the replica they sell? If yes, they should consider selling the authentic at a premium." I'm not sure. Maybe you understand the question a little bit better than I do.
So that's a perfect question, Jason. Yes, there is a difference between the match-worn jersey. So the match-worn jersey is the ones that the players actually wear. The replica jerseys are different types of jerseys that represent what the clubs have. Now we have different grades in the replicas. So you have a grade A replica, such as the one that you have on, and then you have a grade B replica, which may not be with all the sponsors, etc., but still representing the club itself. And it's sold at a premium, as he's mentioned. However, again, we're in a small market. We have to find sensible ways of pushing the merchandise. So while we'd love to sell it at a premium, we also have to consider the economic viability of selling these things at a premium. Now, Falkland needs to step up and start scoring some goals, so that when we, when we say, hey, come and get the Falkland jersey for $10,000, somebody is willing to purchase.
Yeah. Start winning some games, but let me get back to you now, coach, because one of the things that I know for the previous season, to stabilize the clubs, there was no relegation. All right, because you needed stability, which is very important to football. It is difficult in our local league to come up and go back down, so there needs to be stability. Have you reached out, like, to Owen and even their own people about managing like social media, because a lot of the clubs, the Harbour View, the Mount Pleasant, even Arnett Gardens, those clubs are Waterhouse. They are on social media with their with their clubs, so people always have a feel of what is happening. Are you engaging the JPL, Mr. Hill and his group about uh, helping like your club to come up to pace with the social media arm and the marketing arm uh, of the club?
Yes, we have our Instagram page up. We have a secretary from the office who's doing those work, but on my side, I'm mostly the technical, the field work. So we have
Okay,
personnel and in that side.
okay. So
But
you,
as,
you
as,
do
as Mr. Hill was talking about, the other countries, for them to be successful, we have to look and how their DNA is processed, and then now we bind to their products. Just like how we learn on the A license. England have a DNA in how they do their coaching philosophy and their coaching module and their game analysis and everything. So we have to have our DNA, how we produces our players and look for our strength in our players to be recognized within our system, right? Just like the league now. So as we were talking about the jerseys, yes, the jerseys are the biggest sellers because when you look on the English clubs, local players are buying English club jersey like clockwise, right? And when you look, as I was saying, if we can get personnel from within the family outreach and then families overseas and they say, guess what? I want to wear that jersey from my family, right? Then they go and bring, so the family friend go and come right in. So when you look, we have to split. Now in Mobile now, the Falkland community and the Montego Bay community, Montego Bay have a bigger sector because they are 2 times champion coming over from SEBA, right? So
yeah.
that's a vast amount of history. Where I used to play for SEBA, same way coming up, I play for Mobile and stuff like that. So it's much bigger than Falkland, which is Falkland is a newly promoted team coming up from Division 2. So it's a growth. So what happened now? They have to organize very quickly at the top to get it done
Yeah.
fast because
And this is what I'm saying is that the question I'm asking is that if there is consistent consultation with all the clubs, I mean, some of them are very organized because they have been around long, they have been around long enough, and so they're organized. But like for the newer clubs, so like
right,
a Veer, for example, a
right,
Falkland, a Chapelton, I
right.
mean, I hear that there is even some turmoil out there in Chapelton. Is there a consistent dialogue with the leadership so that there is a ensuring that the proper structures are being put in place off the
Yes,
field,
yes. We have
management and
we
stuff?
have our technical director, Mr. Palmer. He's running that part of the show, and the TD come under the big heading. So we have the TD. I'm the head coach, so I try
Okay.
to organize on the field
On the
and
field, yeah, yeah, yeah.
on the field, right? So he take care of that side of the business, of the big business end.
Um,
Yeah.
so just to jump in and to support Lee Craft in the point that he's
Yeah.
making. Yes, there's consultation. I would hastily say though, Omar, that more should be done. More consultation can be done because there are gaps and we're trying to close those gaps ultimately. Um, the teams that are stronger, they're more organized because they've been doing it for quite some time. So
Exactly.
are there at the top is by no fluke. It's not by chance that they're there. They have been doing it year after year, so they understand the nuances. They understand when to press, when to hold back, those kinds of things. So our approach is always to upskill as far as possible, to provide the information that is necessary, and that the clubs know, like I said, there's an onus on these individual clubs and their owners and their hierarchy to want to improve.
Yeah.
So they should now take a hard look at themselves. So for example, Falkland is in last position in the league.
Yeah.
But there are 14, 15 games left. Ultimately in the entire league. You know, if you can maximize on points strategically, then next season you should be there. No,
Yeah.
those are the tough conversations you should be having in
Right.
turn. What you need to do to strategize. Yes, you can go ahead and try to market, but you can't market a team that is not doing well.
Well,
Yeah.
right.
You
Yeah. Yeah.
know, and you have to inject a lot of resources. You know, we look at the bigger leagues across the world. That's what happens. You know, Newcastle is not where they are now because of this year.
Uh-huh.
That is true because my thought is like what I have in my mind because the league, a part of the league is profit sharing. It means that if all of us are doing well, it is better for all of us. There is so though we are competitors in a sense, there's so- oh, oh, Mr. Hill is frozen
You
again.
putting in work
Yeah,
and they're
we can hear you. Oh, he's
Oh,
gone.
yeah,
Yeah,
he's
we are here now. We are here now.
yeah. Okay, Mr. Hill is still here, right? So I was saying that there is a profit sharing arm to, and this is outside of your um role, Coach Letman, but there's a profit sharing, and the truth is, off the field in terms of the structural management of the club, it would be good if all the clubs were doing well. So I'm here wondering if there is, like some of the clubs have good social media. If there's like a monthly meeting where the marketing arms of the club meet, so your people could learn or hear ideas from Harborview and Mount Pleasant so that their social media person can explain how they have, because though you have an Instagram page, we have people on this platform who are saying that they don't find a lot of information on it. So so Mr. Hill, what I was saying is that so the league is profit sharing in a sense. Though we are competing to see who's the champion, there's also a part of it that all of us are. It's important that all of us function effectively on and off the field for the betterment of the overall league. But I want to win it.
yeah,
So
for sure.
yeah. So in that case, it is important to Mount Pleasant and to Harborview that Falkland get their off the field act together so the team don't crumble and make the quality of the league drop. But Harborview wants to beat Falkland when they play on the field.
Yeah,
So
man.
yeah,
3 points. So gaining 3 points on the field is different from the structure that you build off the field.
yeah,
They're directly
Right,
correlated.
right.
They're directly correlated in a lot of instances. And like I say, it's no surprise why the teams at the top are at the top, and year over year, those teams are consistently there because there's an organization that carries the entire thing. And organizations don't just crumble like that. There must be something catastrophic. If you have a solid organization, it's gonna be fine.
yeah,
So what we are saying is Falkland need to build their organization. It is beneficial for Cavalier or for Portmore or whoever it is to ensure that all the teams are of a minimum standard, a basic minimum standard, because that is what we can sell. That is what people will come out and want to see. I use the basic example of, I mean, no disrespect, but when I say basic, I use the example of schoolboy football. It's because schoolboy football is organized why we love it so much and why we consistently see the growth. It's because of how organized it is.
True.
I
yeah,
mean, I hear people talking about the quality, but these are the same schoolboy footballers who, when they move into the local Premier League, their standards fall. And you question why. Why is it that
yeah,
the standards fall when you play in a higher league?
yeah,
Again, probably the club that you are now a part of is not as organized, and as a
right,
result of that, you now become disorganized. While when you're at school, there's a system, there's a structure. You go to school between 8:30 and 2 o'clock, 3 o'clock, you go to training. There is a system and a structure that
Right.
engages and supports what they're doing. So I'd hope that every single team really understand the value. And there are a lot of things on offer. So you may not win the league, But if you stay in the league, there are immense opportunities for you to, you know, export talent, to expose at a certain level, to upskill yourself as a player, as a coach, as an administrator. So there are so many benefits that the league offer. Every single team should want to stay in the league, and if you are not in the league, then you should be wanting to come to the league, because it's the highest league in the country.
Yeah, that is so true, and I like that approach, and that is what we look forward to. But good set of games this weekend. Games will be in Clarendon, double header. We're gonna give the people the fixture. They're gonna be double header on Monday at Arnett Gardens. That's a Monday night fixtures, double header in Clarendon. Mount Pleasant goes down there to take on a Chapelton team that is in some disarray right now, having some serious struggles. Humble Lion will be playing down there as well. Coach, where do you play this weekend? Falkland.
Well, I will play Arnett Monday night. 7:30.
Monday night. Are you looking forward to that game? Going into the jungle, they just got beaten. I mean,
you know,
Lights.
historical lost the Olivier Shield to Charlie Smith, and my first points 2-2 draw with Arnett down in Mobile. So
yes.
so it's gonna be, as Mr. Hill mentioned about the schoolboy league. When I was in Trinidad, they spoke about it and say how well our schoolboy league is organized and well supported. And when they turn out to watch those games, they see the amount of spectators in those stands. It speaks volume outside of our country about how the schoolboy league is organized and put together. And organization plays a big role also in us as coach, because first thing you do, if you don't organize yourself and your session, then everything just crumble right there.
Yeah. So you see, looking forward to the game on Monday. Can we expect Falkland to head back to Montego Bay with something? You know, can you take something from the junglist? I mean, seeing that like your players are a little bit disgruntled that no one from Montego Bay and Falkland got called to the national team, and they're going up against a Juma Johnson who was called, and a Earl Simpson who was called, and a Kimani Arboin. Is there something that your players need to prove?
So Lee Craft.
Yeah.
Craft. If I was playing right now, every single fiber in me would be saying, all right, Earl Simpson, you were called. Let me show why you're not supposed to be in the school.
My players talking to them over this week. They were like, Coach, I have to show myself. We are ready.
There you go.
So as I tell you, the list that came out, one take it to me and show me, say, Coach, there's no Falkland players in there, no Mobile players. So guess what?
I give you one better, Lee Craft.
Yeah.
Print that list very, very big.
Yes. As I go home, I'm going to do that.
Very, very big. Laminate it.
Yeah.
And every session, before the training session, before the games, put that in front of their faces.
Yes.
And tell them, hey, none of you guys are on this list, you know. So it means that, guess what? You're not doing something well, or nobody's seeing what you're doing.
Yeah.
That's the only way you can keep these guys going, because if they're good enough, then people will see them. The outcomes, the results will show. And I think so far you guys are, you're there, just thereabout. You're just not getting over the line. So hopefully you get some crowd support, some people behind you. You can, inject some pace and some life in the team and represent the western end of the island.
And let me just say this to you as well, is that you are now, I know you don't get it yet, but the people say you're a licensed coach. So here's the thing now, you'll be judged differently, because as far as the people are concerned, a licensed coach is suggesting that you're at a higher level.
A licensed coaches get sacked after the first 5 games.
There you go. So
you see that course, honestly, it's a specification of, when you're doing your BSc.
Yes,
you're doing you leave your A level and you keep and you go on to BSc. and you go on to your masters, I want to tell you that it opened my eyes so much to football. Whereas in how I see the game played, how I see where the ball possession is when you're out of possession, how the players are moving to transition quickly. Yeah, you were seeing it, but it does open more avenues, like you're seeing like a clockwork.
Yeah. Mr. Hill, this is a question for you right here. It says that if the surface at Railway is as good or better than Arnett surfaces, and will these games at these newly approved venues get televised matches as well, which is the Ashenine Stadium, Waterhouse, and Tivoli Gardens are the three venues. I know there has not been a televised game from the venue in Clarendon. There has not been a televised game from Effortville yet, and from Wembley.
Right.
Wembley. Yeah, I think we had a televised game from from Westport Park. I think there was there?
There has been no televised games at Westport, Effortville, nor Wembley Centre of Excellence. However, going forward, we are looking to expand television games. So the answer to the question from Wicked Man is for sure. The surface at the Edward Seaga Sports Complex is I would say on par. I wouldn't say better than Arnett Garden surface. It's on par. It was approved by the JFF Competitions Committee. And they're very much knowledgeable in these kinds of things. So if they approve a venue, it means it is at least at the minimum standard to play quality football.
Yeah.
What it does, it gives a certain kind of vibrancy to the sport, because when you're at Railway or at Edward Seaga Sports Complex, as it is officially called, you're actually right there. So the fans and everything gets the game even more intense. And the games at the newly approved venues for television, yes, we're looking for that. So come Sunday, the games at Jamaica College or Ashenheim Stadium
will be televised.
Come Monday night at Tony Spalding, those games will be televised. And again, we're looking to spread it as far as possible, so that whoever is not local who wants to watch it can watch it, but whoever is local should come on down same way.
Okay, I mean, Wickyman Chris is saying that because Tivoli is his side, that is why he's asking. But let me also say this. Yeah.
Ensure that he and his crew come out and support.
Definitely.
Something special for him come Sunday.
Yeah, and people, let me tell you this. You have to go to the actual venues, because it is like we're at the Stadium East. Nice surface. Two good games were played there over the weekend, and the sponsors were there, and they were giving out products to the fans. You just never know. So I always tell you, it's good to be at home, but turn up at the venue. It is safe, it is secure. Listen, there was a time when every time.
By the way, hold on, Omar. It's a nice family event. I keep pushing that, because you can come there with your family, your wife, your girlfriend, your mother, your father, whoever it is, your kids. Bring them to the game, because those are the kinds of changes that will require for us to move. It can't just be you alone coming to the game and watching the team and cussing if you see the team not doing well. We need to support as far as is possible, and you show your support. I saw a comment where somebody said they spent $200, whether it be US or pounds, on an authentic Real Madrid shirt. You need to also spend a couple of those monies back with the local guys.
Yeah.
You know, because that's the only way we can build. The more you buy those Real Madrid shirts, is the more you build La Liga, and you stifle the JPL.
Yeah, let me just say that to that person, Mr. Jason. Mr. Jason is a Calabar old boy who lives overseas. So here's the thing, though: you need to get a Colin Anderson jersey, because he's top of the league. Got called up to the training camp. Calabar man, the track and field for Calabar, one champs for Calabar, and he is now playing and scoring goals. So you need to get a Colin Anderson jersey from Cavalier. It won't cost you $200, but it's a good and worthwhile contribution to the league. But I just want people to know that the venues, it's very good to turn up and watch the game, to see it face to face, to interact with the fans. The sponsors are there, giving out stuff. So it is good. I know sometimes the music is there, and but I remember 7-8 years ago, whenever there was a football game, there was some clash between fans. Those things don't happen again. I can't remember when last I've gone to a JPL game and see any dispute between fans. It's like football games are more peaceful in terms of attending now than even walking around in society in general. And I want to share that with people, because sometimes people believe that the same culture that existed 10, 15 years ago as a spectator is what happens now. It has completely changed, and it would be good for some of you to go to these places and watch the game, to see the Dumby Holden fans and the Mullines fans and the Cavaliers fans and the Arnett Garden fans all sitting in the same space, cheering on their team, and sharing lighters and sharing other stuff that we will not speak about. All right, so the support.
No, even cracking the nuts. Yeah, because when you're at home, you don't get to crack nuts and don't enjoy it like that. And then you have your corn and your soup cup and you have a drink. The atmosphere is different. So
and just to add to the whole thing, when players see more people, they perform better. Yes. That's just what it is. True. Psychology. It's just a psychology. When you're in front of a stage, you become more.
Let me just, sorry there, Mr. Hill. When you're on the stage, don't miss that. Mr. Letman, on social media, you can't say things like cracking nuts with each other. These people are very strange. Okay.
Nuts.
I'm just kidding. That just see a man coming here and say, Radam, this is the man. He goes to every game and buys soup. He supports Dumby Holden. You understand me? So he complains about the cost of soup at the game. But go ahead, Mr. Hill. You're talking about players playing better because of the turnout of the fans.
Yeah, man. Once fans turn out, it becomes more of a show. It becomes more of a scene in a movie, something. They feel a little bit more engaged and energized. And that requires, just everybody playing their part. So if you're a fan, instead of complaining and criticizing, go out and support. Show them why you don't want to come, or show them why you want to come. If they're playing good football. And if they're not, be a very vocal fan. Allow them to understand that, this is not what you are expecting. So I expect all the people in Montego Bay to, whoever supports Falkland, the Catherine Hall, massive, all those people from the Irwin side or whoever it is, come out, support.
Mount Salem side. Yeah.
Take the drive up. And I mean, it's a nice family party.
I think he's frozen. I think one thing I want to ask Mr. Hill.
You will.
So like Mr. Hill is frozen again. All right, so I'm going to ask just both of you a couple of questions, and then because we have a couple more persons that are supposed to come on with us, and we need to go through the fixtures. Mr. Hill, you were frozen a little bit, but let me take this one because this is something I think, and if it is advertised, it would really, really increase. Like one of the reasons why I don't take my kids to the games is because one has asthma, right?
Okay.
But if I know that there's a place at the venue that I could sit where, the smoke, it will be, because he plays football and he wants to be there, but I know it is not good for him.
Yeah, man, let me be honest. It's going to be difficult. I'm not going to be sitting here and telling you, hey, we're going to create this no smoke zone that is smokeless, and ultimately it's, unless it's under some air conditioned tent that is totally separated from the football. Our culture facilitates those kinds of things. It really is incumbent on us, I would say, to be strategic about it. So if you notice that there are areas that are predominantly congregated by people who smoke, then you find somewhere else, and vice versa. We try to impress on the supporters, but you can't really. The truth of the matter is
I think it wouldn't be like all right, I can use Druxall, I can use even Stadium East, and I can use Arnett Gardens. You know that I think like people respect it. I just think because we have never tried it because we think people have a problem with it. But I think if we can say, listen, we're going to have a non-smoking section, and then we say that, I think a lot of people would appreciate that. And it may not be for a lot of, it may be just for 500 fans. I just feel like even Mount Pleasant, they have a couple of areas that they could designate. The Stadium East could also designate area, understands, and say, listen, but so if a man smoking at that end, you're going to still, you're going to know that it is happening, but it is not beside you, which is what I think it is. So I believe that it could work. And I think it would be a welcome thing just to try it, because if it don't work, it don't work. But I think we have always been afraid of trying it because we think that probably the response will be negative. But I think that people, if you say that, all right, if you're going smoking, listen, this is a non-smoking area. A lot of people appreciate that. I just feel
it's a good suggestion, and we'll pilot it. We'll see how it works out, and I presume it would be to the benefit of all. It would be to the benefit of all. So good, and it's something that we'll definitely internally look at.
Yeah. But let me say, people, the truth is that when I go to the game, and as somebody, and I say, listen, we can't, they will walk away, they will out it. So there's also that as well, which is a part of it, what Mr. Hill is saying, that wherever you are, there are persons who, if they're doing it beside you and you talk to them, especially when you have a kid, normally at football games, they walk away. Because there's a respect now in the game, like not before, that they will walk away and say, sorry, boss, and walk away from you and your child. So that is also there where the respect for person is also paramount in all of this as well. But Mr. Hill, listen, I know you're a busy man, and I know you have a lot to do, but we want to thank you for coming on. We have a couple more coaches who are supposed to come on and talk to us about the fixtures. Again, people, all right? Mr. Hill, you want to give them a question for the 2 tickets? You have a tough question you want to give them, because some of my questions are very easy,
Yeah. All right. So the question I'll ask is, currently, which team has scored the most goals so far in the competition?
All right. Currently, which team has scored the most goals in the competition? If you call in right now and answer that question, you get 2 tickets for the Monday night game at the Tony Spalding. Please do not answer in the comment section. You cannot, you have to call in to answer, right? Because we can't measure who. All right, so Mr. Hill, thank you so much. Thank you for coming on. We look forward to hearing from you. Look into the new improvement and development coming for the league. Again, we encourage the fans. Listen, let's go out and support it. Get the merchandise as well. I'm going to pin the link for the merchandise. It's in the comment section, so you can go there. It is a site where you can purchase. There it is. You can go there and order your JPL jerseys. Some clubs actually sell, and Sir Letman, wherever you're going to play, I would say let somebody travel with you with some of your jerseys, because they're nice,
Yes,
the Falcon jersey, they remind me of high school down there in Montego Bay,
Oh! Yeah, the red and gold.
Yeah, red and gold. There you go. So, but thank you both for coming on. Mr. Hill, always a pleasure having you on. Continue to the great work you're doing, Stephen, and the rest of the people who manages the social media stuff and at the venues. Really appreciate it. So Bless up, Sir Letman. Thanks again. And all the best this weekend as you take on Arnett Gardens in the jungle.
Always a pleasure. It's always a pleasure.
Yeah, man. Pleasure is mine. All right. Yeah, but there you go. All right. So there you go, people. We just had Mr. Owen Hill and Mr. Lee Croft Letman joining us. We also have we should be having Mr. Paul Christie from Mount Pleasant, and also Rudolph Speid as well from Cavaliers coming on to share their thoughts with us. All right. All right. Nope. Let's quote the law for you. Smoking is prohibited in specific. All right, G, that up. I agree with you, but it's going to be a hard one. All right. So, but the what I'll say is, Wicked Man Chris, they are watching, so they will see some of this. So, what I'm going to do now, I'm going to show you the point standing. We're going to go through some of the game. People, are you forgetting that we have a Mullines shirt to give away? So, if you want to win a Mullines shirt, a replica shirt, you have to call in and I will ask you the question. And if you answer that question correctly, you will win the shirt. If you like the 2 tickets, there's a question that has been asked. And if you call in, you can win that. So let me show you the point standing in after 10 rounds of games. This is the point standing. This is the point standing after 10 rounds of game. Look at this, people. The table is very, very, very what we call close. Look at the top 6. So we have Cavaliers. They lead on 22 points. They have a goal difference of plus 14. Mount Pleasant right behind them on 21. Then we have Arnett Gardens and Humble Lion. They are tied on 17 points each. And then Harborview comes next on 16. And then Dumbeholden on 15. Portmore United also have 15 points. Mobay United, 15 points. Remember, they at one point they were leading the league. And then we have on 13 points Waterhouse. Mullines on 11, Tivoli 10, Chapelton Maroons on 8, Vere on 7, and Falklands on 2. That is your standing right now. I see a call. We have calls coming in all over. I see a call coming in here. Let us see, because we don't want this person to miss the giveaway. So let us call them back so they can win the I don't know what they're gonna win. And you don't know what they're gonna win. And you have to turn off what you're listening. Turn off what you're listening.
Yeah, you hear me, man?
Yeah, man, hearing you loud and clear. Welcome to I Am Sure Sports.
Man, you hear me?
Yeah, man, we're hearing you. Are you hearing us? We are hearing you.
Man.
Yeah, man, we are hearing you. Are you hearing us? All right. Seem like the caller having some challenges there. So let's see if they will call back. Yeah. So let's see if we can get them. Don't want them to miss the opportunity to win this. So let's see if we can call back the caller. Remember, it is Super Friday as well. So yeah.
Man, you hear me now?
Yeah, man, we're hearing you. Are you hearing us? Yeah, man, we're hearing you. Are you hearing us?
Yeah, man, it's loud and clear.
Are we getting an echo though? Getting an echo though?
Echo?
Yes.
Yes.
All right, people, tell me, are you hearing the echo? Let me see if the person is here. Yeah, man, it's gone. All right, wonderful.
Is it better now?
Yeah, man, it's gone.
All right.
Yeah, man.
Yeah, man, I say, I don't know how well I'll do the question about for the replica still, but I'll try for the jersey.
For the jersey?
Yeah, because I can't go to give.
Oh, all right. So Mullines jersey, we'll find a way to get it to you. All right. It's you wear large?
Yes.
All right, there you go. Perfect. All right. Nobody. All right. Can you tell me one of the sponsors for the Mullines Football Club? Mullins United. Or can you, if you can't tell me who the one of the sponsors, you can also tell me what is their motto.
That would be a rough one for me.
Every week when they play, it is on their jersey.
Yeah. Right, I'm trying to picture about the jersey now, but is it Fresh Direct?
Huh?
It's not Fresh Direct, right?
Fresh Direct. Should I give him an easier question? Should I ask?
No, wait.
All right.
Give me a clue. Is it a juice? Is it beverage?
No.
One of them?
No.
Okay, no, I'm not. It's not one of them.
All right. So let me ask you an easier question. Yeah. All right. Just because you're the first to call in. So, there was a Mullins player who was called up to the recent national senior camp. Who is the player?
Mr. Wright. That's my namesake. Jason Wright.
Jason Wright. Okay, all right, wonderful. So Jason Wright from Mullins leading the scoring chart for them. And so Mr. Christopher Wright has won that jersey. So we are going to just give us an address that we can send it to, and we'll find a way to get it to you, Christopher. Or we can call you afterwards and make arrangements for you to get the jersey. But anything else you want to share?
No, just listening.
All right.
To the Premier League.
Yeah, and see, A.M. Henry is telling you that all you had to do is look at the jersey that I'm wearing and you'd have seen it, See it?
No, because I'm using my phone. I'm driving, I'm using the phone.
So their sponsors, they're right on it. And it says, United we stand. All right? But, so their motto is United we stand. Conex is their sponsor. Conex Service Limited is one of their sponsors, right? That's on their jersey. Yes, so don't worry. After the show, we'll contact you and we will let you get your Mullins replica jersey. Thanks for calling in, Christopher.
Yeah, man, I appreciate it.
Yeah. All right, so there you go. We have a winner for the jersey. That is Christopher Wright. He won the jersey. All right. So anyone wants the ticket to the game? You heard the question from Mr. Hill. We answer that. We also have a Cavaliers jersey that we are giving away. So if you would like to get the Cavaliers jersey, all you have to do is to call in and we will ask you a Cavaliers question and you will win a Cavaliers jersey. Who talking about Fly Emirates? Big up A.M. Henry. So we have a Cavaliers jersey that we want to also give away today on the show. All you have to do is to call in and answer this question. So that is the point standing right now. We're going to look at the games, right? Right. So let's look at the games. These games, yes. So there you go. Dumb Beholden 4. There you go. Dumb Beholden 4. Arnett Gardens 2. Cavaliers 2. Portmore 1. Mullins and Harborview ended 0-0. Humble Lions, they had a 3-0 victory over Chapelton Maroons. 3-0 victory they had over Chapelton Maroons. All right, that is Humble Lion defeated Chapelton Maroons by 3-0. Right. Yeah. And that led to the sacking of their coach, Mr. Lenny Hyde. So they defeated. There you go. So let's look at the game a little bit. The Chapelton Maroons, they lost. They're all the way down in the standing. So that 3-0, they lost their game. Poor run they have been on, and that led to the demise of their coach, Lenny Hyde. And we're hearing reports that things are not looking so good, not going so well there. Tivoli Gardens would say they upset Waterhouse by 1-0, right? Yep. Not the best of result for Tivoli. For Waterhouse, I mean, they succumb to a Tivoli team that I must say, under the coaching of Jermaine Johnson, former reggae boy, they have been doing really, 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 really well. All right, somebody's asking about a TG jersey. Hopefully next week's show, we'll get a Tivoli Gardens jersey. We're going to get a Arnett Gardens jersey. We're going to get a Mount Pleasant jersey so that you, the fans, can win some to support your team. All right. We're going to talk to you about the fixtures for this weekend, right? We're going to talk to you about, look at the fixtures, look at the games coming up. Some very, very, very good games are coming up this weekend in the JPL, right? Big games coming up in the JPL this weekend. All right, so let's look at this one first. The games at Jamaica College. We are going to look at those games and discuss them a little bit and then give our score prediction for those games. All right, so let's do it this way. Let's look at the games, and I'd love to hear what your score predictions are for the fixtures in the JPL. Remember, it is Super Friday. You can support I Am Sure Sports by giving a super sticker or a super chat if you appreciate the content. So here we go. Harbour View will be going up against Mobe United. That will be a televised game. It will be at Jamaica College Ashanine Stadium. And also the second game will see Cavaliers going up against Waterhouse. We also understand that one of the Waterhouse players who had moved over to Portmore, he has moved back to Waterhouse. Yes, he has moved back to Waterhouse. That is the former Excelsior man. I believe he plays in the wing back position. So he has gone back to Waterhouse. He should be there this weekend playing for them. What are your score prediction? Harbour View versus Mobile United at the Ashanine Stadium, and Cavaliers versus Waterhouse. Rowan Beadle, yes, Rowan Beadle, Fresh God, that's the name. The man Rowan Beadle has moved back to Waterhouse. Remember also that the combines at Mount Pleasant actually started today, and it is not too late. If you are interested in going, you're 13 to 23, we can give you an opportunity to go at no cost to you. We have 2 spaces available, so you have to make it right now. It is not too late. You can make it, and you can go and show your skills. All right. So we have Fresh God saying Harbour View 2, Mobile 0. Then he says Cavaliers 2, Waterhouse 2. Brian says Cavaliers 1, Waterhouse 1. Duckland says Harbour View 2, Mobile 1. Brian says Harbour View 2, Mobile 1. Okay, so most persons having a tie game. That is that Waterhouse Cavaliers game. But the Mobile United game versus Harbour View, they are predicting that Harbour View will win. Listen, I think Harbour View are struggling to score goals. I think Trayvon Reed, Amal 19 goal are gone. Mobile United, they have been playing better, and I feel like Mobile is going to get a result out of this game. So I am going to go for the surprise result of a Mobile United 1-0 victory in this game, right? As you would know that Alex Marshall has moved to Portmore United, and Atafari Bygrave and Niku Daly have recently been cleared and will be representing the Mount Pleasant Football Club. Yes, Cavaliers Firehouse game. Me can't call a winner. Okay. Duclan says Cavaliers by 2-0. I'm wondering if the players who were nursing injuries for Cavaliers, if they are fit and ready to go. Dwayne Atkinson had a slight niggle, and so did Colin Anderson. If those players go, I think Cavaliers win this one. If both of them are out or one is out, I think Cavaliers will struggle to win, but I could see them getting a draw out of this game. So that is the two of the games for the Sunday. All right. Then let's see if we can get you a next game. Tivoli Gardens versus Moulins. Oh my word. This is a tricky encounter. Tivoli Gardens versus Moulins. This is a tricky encounter. This is a 3 p.m. game. It will be played at their Edward Siaga Sports Complex. This is the first game being played in Tivoli for quite some time. Now, I mean, from my reports, I heard that Jason Wright did exceptionally well at this call-up. Nicholas Nelson is back at Moulins as well. And they also have Maquan Aldridge back in the fold. They have sneakily and cheekily added a couple more players. So this will be interesting. But the Tivoli team has been playing well. But Moulins, in their last 3 games, they have not lost. They have 1 win and they have 2 drawn results. So they have 5 points. As you know, Tivoli defeated Waterhouse. They don't score a lot. And Moulins don't concede a lot when Peter Harrison is in the goal. So I am going to go with a Tivoli. Tivoli is going to score for the home fans, but Moulins find a way of coming back into it, and the game ends 1-1 at the Edward Siaga Sports Complex. What say you people? Tivoli Gardens versus Moulins United. Yes, I heard that there's a very popular sound selector, former footballer, that is giving up the wheels of steels to rejoin the Tivoli Gardens team. Well, Wicked Man Chris says them could have Alas Buddha and Selassie Rona that. We are gonna bust out that. I think he supports Tivoli Garden. Brian Mighty, the Moulins man. You know, coming back, he says 3-1. Moulins over Tivoli Gardens. All right. So we will see. So, yep. So Moulins versus Tivoli. That's the game right there that we just showed you. All right. So let's see if we can get a next fixture here. All right. Then the Monday, let's give you some Monday night fixtures before we get into the games these are the Monday night fixtures, people. Veer versus Donby Holden and Arnett Gardens versus Falkland. Now, if you don't know, Veer has the services of Paul Young. He's working with Linval Dixon. They really played some good football against Mount Pleasant. In fact, in spurts, you could see that they are very organized, and it almost felt like they could have gotten a result against this Mount Pleasant team, right? But I think like Donby Holden will win this game. I think Donby Holden win this game. Listen, when I watched Donby Holden against Arnett Garden, they were slick. They were knocking the ball around, passing the ball around. They were looking slick. And if they play anything like this, like if they play against Veer, the way how they played against Arnett Gardens, they win this game comfortably. They played some very good football. Now, Arnett Gardens versus Falkland, I thought Arnett Gardens were off in their last game against Dunbeholden. They never looked good. They never looked good at all. They just weren't coordinating any at all. Right? And people believe that Falkland is going to get beaten. But let me tell you this. The Falkland team plays very good football. The area that they're struggling with is scoring goals. And so, with the window and them opening up things, I think they are going to come out with a result in this one. I know that Dunbeholden will be without Brian Burkett, who is away on all school duties in Florida. He came on in that game, but I think they can do without him. Ricardo Thomas also limped off, but he was in the national training camp, so I don't see anything that would prevent him from playing. All right, getting some reports here from our reliable sources. Let's see. I see here Manning's Dunbeholden is part of the raid in Maroon City. So they're stocking up. Whoa, whoa, whoa. I hear that a coach is leaving and the coach has left. And the coach has left, so the players are leaving. Doesn't make sense to me. And I'm telling you why. If I'm a footballer, right, and I am at a team, and the team is, the coach that was coaching me is leaving, and I see a Clovis de Oliveira, an international coach coming in, and I want to up my game. I'm staying to learn and grow because I know that I'm going to get game. So some of these players must be very careful that they don't run from Chapperton Maroons, as much as disgruntled as they are, go to a club where they may not be getting good salaries and may not be getting enough game time. Out of frustration. What they must remember is that Coach Lenny Hyde is okay financially. And he's not going to play any more football. So though they are upset, they should not make any fast decisions because it may work against them. Let me say it again. A lot of these players who are leaving may find themselves in a worse position. Let me say it again. Don't be fooled. If this coach, Clovis de Oliveira, took the job and these people are there, it would mean that they're probably building a proper system. Because some of these players who are leaving may end up in clubs where they are not getting their salaries and they're not getting playing time. So you're at the top of your game playing weekly, you end up in a club where you're not playing any football. Use wisdom. Let me say it again. Use wisdom. Use wisdom. People can buy players, and listen, they can buy players and they can pay players. So I am not worried for the club. I'm worried for some of the players. So let me say it again. A lot of these players who are leaving may find themselves in a worse position. That's all management will say. Coach Lenny Hyde is fine. He's going to have a team at some point. He has his money. He's not going to be playing any more football professionally. So he's fine. Careful of your decision. That's all I'm saying. All right. We will watch, people. Yes, when management talk, watch what happen. I know that there are some clubs that some of those players can't go in and get game. Them could have good like a goal. Them can't go in at them starting 11 there. Me can tell you that. Me know clubs like that. No matter where you come from, you go at them club there, you can't get in them starting 11 over certain players. So let's not fool ourselves and think like, because I'm coming from there. Listen, I know the league. No matter how big you are, you go to certain clubs, you can't break in at them team. You have to go rub bench. You have to go rub bench. Management telling us that. With all due respect to the Clarendon College players, and nothing is wrong with them moving, probably Malachi Douglas can start in a team outside of Chapelton. Many of them, I'm telling you, I am telling you that many of them will struggle to break in. So my point is, and it's up to you, you can move, but I just want you to know that there are many clubs. In fact, the clubs where they would play, they're not going to go because they want to go to a bigger club. So let me say it again. I find it, when I look at Arnett Gardens, which one of them would break into the Arnett Gardens team? Which one of them would break into Mount Pleasant? Harborview? Let's be real. Cavaliers. Who they going to get out at Cavaliers? Who going to get out? Busy. Colin Anderson. Webster. Who going to get them out? They're going to get out Nick Carr Christian. Right? Wish them all the best. But not because the Monday I do it, because the Monday may get game, you may not get any game. You think now they might get out Vanzi? You think they might move Vanzi? But what I'm saying, Brian, they're not going to, listen, Brian, none of them going to come to Malines. Or most of them not going to want to come to Malines. There are certain teams there, and remember, if you bring in these players, then players are going to want to leave. But I know in terms of the top teams, I find it hard for these players to play, like for them to go to Cavaliers and get in. Harborview and get into the Harborview. Who going to get out? Joshua and Anglin. So let's be real. We have a caller. Welcome to I Am Sure Sports. No, I'm not hearing the caller, I'm not hearing the call. I don't know what's going on. All right, we're going to go through the rest of the fixtures. So let's do this. But I don't like the idea of because the coach leave, everybody leaving. You understand me? I don't think that's a good idea. And it, you may be following. Yes, sir.
Morning.
Welcome to I Am Sure Sports. Yeah, man. We're hearing you.
Yeah. Okay. Tell me the link. Okay.
Yeah, man. I just did.
Okay.
Yeah. So remember, not because your friend leaving, you supposed to leave. Because your friend may be ahead of you. Okay. All right. I think there's going to be bigger ramifications to this whole thing, because isn't this man also part of Clarendon College? And if they deal with him this way, could we see problems in the Clarendon College program itself? Anyways, we have a special guest joining us. Welcome to I Am Sure Sports.
Yeah, Mannings. I don't know how special the guest is, but I'm here. Thanks for inviting me and allowing me to be on your platform.
Uh,
Um, yeah. So what I was saying, what I was saying earlier was, so far the players that I've heard that have left, and where they are going, I think they'll be okay. I think they'll be good enough to get game time. But I was also saying to you that the money is not the players' them problem because they want to be amateurs. So they won't get any pay. Them will just play and train and improve. So money is not a problem.
You really believe you really believe that these players weren't getting money?
I really believe that. I believe it. No, but if the players are amateur money, they can't get money. So I believe in that.
Okay. Let me tell you what I believe.
Okay.
They have no contract, but they get money.
I don't know anything about that.
No, that's why I said that. Mannings, man. This is my opinion.
Mannings, careful of your point for the Mullen shirt, you know. Yeah, but no, man. I'm honest with you still. I just all for that joke, but yeah. I mean,
what you guys are trying to convince me is that these players are going to be leaving them yard every day, taking taxi or bus, whatever.
Yeah, so then we get a stipend.
Also, stipend is not money.
Yeah, but relative to what you would pay contract players, a stipend is a small amount.
That's what I'm saying. So wherever they go, they are going to get money. The amount is a different issue. So, but because they have to get money for them to move.
Yeah, but what I'm saying is, the players who I've seen, like one of the players I think is going to Dunby and I think he lives in that community.
Fine, that is fine. So here's what I'm saying again, because as the CC is saying, I am sure sports and amateur can get money, but what they can't. Which is what I'm saying. They can get money, but they can't sign a contract, but they can get money. So, like, if my son, say Mullines wanted my son to play, all right? And me say, listen, you can't sign a contract, But watch this. My son will come play for Mullines, and he must leave from St. Anne. As an example. Right now, still, and, me don't want to come begging to buy him no boots. Me don't want to come begging for this, when he needs some stuff. Me don't want to beg anything. So here's what now. Me need a 50,000 a month stipend to take care of him. As an example, I say that, right? And you say, no, sir, off amateur, we don't give him no money. All right, me just go to our next club.
Yeah, and there's no problem with that because, relative to, finances in terms of is relative to each club. But what I'm saying is, the truth is, I was just being over in the comment section, but the truth is, I don't agree with the players. What I would say no. All right. I don't agree with a coach leaving a team and
all the players leave.
And all the players who leave because the truth is it don't send a good message. And also, as you were pointing out earlier, these players, the youngsters are footballers, and they don't know what the future will hold and if they will meet other people. But I guess if they want to leave, I think as long as them leave on good terms, there's nothing wrong with it either.
If I am a club owner and I have a team and I see players, droves of players leaving a club because the coach leave to come to my club as amateur, they can't come to my club. Some of you run my thing. Given the circumstances, you can't be leaving. Why? Why are you leaving to come? You and the owner never have any problems. So what happened? If 5 of you come my club, I see him way right in the middle of the week when we have a next game, we're not going to pack up and leave because we can't leave. So because you can leave at any point, how do I guarantee you that after 2 games, me not giving a game and I'm going to pack up and leave again? And probably to facilitate you, I have to move on one of my players. So
Yeah,
imagine,
yeah, I understand that. Yeah, I understand that.
imagine now you get 5 of them and you remove 3 of your players, right? To facilitate 5 of them, right? Now, next week or the 30th of January, them decide say them don't want to play for you again. Because them can just up and move anytime them want.
No, them can't move again. Them have to wait till the next transfer window.
Okay.
They can't move 2 times in one window unless you're alone.
Yeah. You understand me? I don't like the idea because again, it's not because this man is leaving, don't mean you should leave.
Yeah, but money, they may also tell you that they wanted to leave already and the coach convinced them to stay, and like how he's going now, they are leaving too.
Yeah. Let's see, because I hope all of them, because I am sure some of those players will not be able. Like, all right, let me look at some of the players them who some of the players from Clarendon College who have played for this team. All right,
I think it's 14 of them.
14. Let me call the ones that I know. Centre back. Ajis, I think Ajis need to stay. When I look at the centre backs in the league, where is he going to start?
Yeah, he might need to stay.
And he's starting. He needs to stay and develop his game with a Clovis de Oliveira. All right, that's one. All right. Kaim Dixon. Where is Kaim Dixon going to start as a forward in the league?
He's gone out. I think he's training with Arborview.
But is he going to start over Colorado Murray and Nicholas Hamilton?
Who knows? Maybe some of those players will be leaving as well.
Well, that's what I'm saying. Unless those players are leaving. That is the issue they have, you know. If the players are leaving, then fine. Right? Listen, look at Arnett Gardens. Arnett Gardens have this player named Marlon Allen. Was doing good last week. Who have been starting for Arnett Gardens? Fabian Reed, you know. Yeah. Fabian Reed. So second to Fabian Reed is Marlon Allen, who did not have a bad season last season and can't get no game. All right, let's go to, you know, Mount Pleasant. Basically, everybody gonna say Mount Pleasant is out. Let's look at Waterhouse. Waterhouse has, what's his name? Bradford. They have Devroy Gray. Right?
Yeah, but they have a shortage on players, so maybe.
But not in that position. They have shortage in defense. Because remember, even Howell, the other Howell brother, just started playing.
Yeah. I think Gregory Messam is injured as well. So.
And yeah. Messam is injured from a practice game. So I'm thinking, like, good player, you know, but he may struggle to start in a team. He may get game. Let's look at the one who went to with the all school team. Coupe and him, he kicked the penalty yesterday. Tian.
Yeah, man, Coupe.
Yeah. He plays what? Wing back?
No, man, he plays midfield, I think he play.
You try and see which team that he goes into and start. So at the end of the day, Mary Malachi Douglas, yeah, Cooper, CDM. Where can't play CDM or Dunby Holden. Can't play a Cavaliers, CDM. Can't play a Mount Pleasant. When I say can't, is that I just know those teams are not going to remove the players and put them in. Maybe Mullines will take a risk. And Giovanzi has been playing excellent all season. So it is a very, very, it's a very, very tricky situation. And I hope the people advising the players give them good direction, because what you don't want to do is to move from a place where you're getting regular playing time, right, to a place where you're not starting. Somebody's saying Malachi Douglas is at Harborview. I think Malachi Douglas can be out there in probably because they have Priestley, who is injured.
Priestley's injured?
I think so. They have Joshua Anglin and they have the guy named Stewart.
Christie was on the bench when we played.
I think isn't he coming back from injury? I could have sworn I heard that he was injured. Maybe I'm wrong.
I don't know.
Yeah.
Possibly.
But you know what I was saying also, Brian? So some of these players would not go to Falklands. They would not go to Veer. They are not going to go to your club.
Well, Veer is close by.
They are not going to, because here's what they want to go to: big clubs. You understand what I mean? So there's a serious thing to look at in terms of what is important at this stage. Isn't it playing time, getting enough playing time under your belt?
Well, I guess they must have the persons who are advising them, the parents or whoever it is, who should be able to guide them in the right direction. I mean,
somebody asking if any of the players gone Waterhouse. I think it would be hard. I think unless they get it, because Elvis Wilson is going to come back, Binz is going to come back. Because those players, see, Beadle just come back at Waterhouse. Messam is going to come back. People don't realize how depleted Waterhouse team has been this season. Like the goalkeeper that they have, if he were to leave, where is he going to be a starting goalkeeper? You look at the goalkeepers in the league. He's not going to start in any of the teams. So I don't know. I just feel like they need to consider what they're doing. Maybe there's a big falling out with the management, but I don't like it.
Yeah, but I think a number of those players may play back schoolboy football next season as well. So what them to follow to them school manager.
No, and that's what I'm saying.
Unless I'm gonna move that window too.
Yeah. I see right here we have the man from Mount Pleasant. Welcome, Mr. Christie.
Thanks for having me, sir.
Yeah, man. Merry Christmas, man. Happy New Year.
No lines, man. Here. I hear that you're just coming from Chapelton, man. And let me see, who is that in the back of the car?
It's only me, man. It's only me.
Oh, we're just checking to see if you have no maroons in there, you know?
No.
But we hear that you have a returning Vietnamese, man.
Yes, sir.
And that's why you're smiling like that, man.
Whenever that Vietnamese going, he bring goals with him, you know.
Okay. No silver, just gold. But I heard that you made a couple of moves in the transfer window that Nicky Daly, who has been with the team for a while,
that would be a move that would have been advertised from the end of September.
Yeah, but
he has been with the club from the 28th of September.
Okay. So he has been cleared.
Yeah, the ICT would have been in Jamaica, so he's ready to play now.
So to Atafari Bygrave?
Yes, sir.
All right, wonderful. Any more incomings, or that is it for the window?
Well, we trust the judgment of the technical director, Mr. Theodore Whitmore, and we are here to facilitate his wishes. And at this point, he's concentrating on his core team right now.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay, and I know that he had some players who have been out on injury, and some of them were back, like Andre Fletcher. He was on the bench in the last game against Vera, and Fabiki Farkison. He was also there as well. I know that there's one of the players who have been out for a very long time. He's one of the young, talented left backs from out of the academy. Anderson, is he still there? I know that
he resumed training on Wednesday. Kevin Isaac is indefinitely out. He's required 2 surgeries that will take him 18 months out.
Whoa. Yes, Isaacs is out. I even forgot that you're missing Isaacs as well. Yeah, but I mean, still second in the league. Just 1 point behind Cavaliers. I mean, how would you assess your season so far from a managerial perspective?
Well, one thing I can say to you is that myself and the entire management team would have trusted the judgment of Mr. Theodore Whitmore and his coaching staff. We were aware still is aware that it's a lot of new pieces, and we are trying to get it together, trying to still figure it out, trying to get it right, and the chemistry is gradually building, and we should be okay.
Okay. Any departures for a loan
No,
or permanent?
not to man, not at this time.
like you said, that not to your knowledge. Well, without your knowledge, I mean, but you have a lot of players that haven't been getting a lot of game time. Is there any plan like to, just loan them out? If not,
But
are
I
you
don't make
are
technical
you done?
decision
Okay,
for the club. I'm the sporting director, not the technical director. We as I said before, I trust the judgment of Mr. Whitmore and
Oh,
his
so
sporting staff, and
okay.
we are
He's
prepared to
he's he's the
graduate.
technical director or the head coach.
Oh, he's the head coach. Right,
Oh,
we say I trust his technical expertise.
is okay. Just wanted to make sure. All right. So you travel to Clarendon for a 1:00 game on Sunday.
Against Chapelton Maroon.
Chapelton Maroons. No better time to play Chapelton Maroons than right now, right? They have been chopped up.
Well, this is what I do now about this Jamaican Premier League. A lot of people take it for granted and underestimate the quality that is in the Premier League. But one thing I do know, the week that you don't show up to be very competitive, you will get punched in the mouth. That I do know. My experience teach me that over the years.
Okay. And I mean, how has your merchandising been going? We're talking to Lee Craft-Letman. How was the merchandising? As you can see, Mount Pleasant fan at heart, but today I'm sporting the wonderful Mullines kit, because you understand me.
It's still blue. It's still blue and yellow. we give you a pass. I know that you're a Mount Pleasant one, so
well, careful now because of the Mount Pleasant of the Mullines man right here. I don't want him.
the Mullines man know that he's trying to buy you, but it's not gonna happen. He's aware of that. One jersey are much more than one jersey. He's aware of that.
Mr. Maiton, would you like to respond?
Mr. Christie, I would never do such a thing to the goodly servant of the Lord.
I didn't hear you oppose it when I said that Mount.
No, man.
Maybe it's not you. Maybe it's the I actually have more lines trying to
No, man.
Or hard and support from the Senton community.
No, man. I would never try that to the goodly man of the Lord, man.
Yeah, but how is that part of your whole thing going? And I'm going to ask.
Well, we have some additional merchandise that is on the sea as we speak. Not landed that yet, so we have to wait until it clears custom. But the initial one that was there, they are all sold out, and the people of Senton, they are filled with enthusiasm, looking forward for the new set of gears, and it's a buzz around the Senton community, and the people are still full of enthusiasm. So it's a good time to be a Mount Pleasant supporter and no Mount Pleasant fan. The year of anticipation is still alive and well, and it's just a good time to be around Mount Pleasant.
Yeah. You also have you had 10 players. That's like a starting 11 minus one.
Let me take it into context. They just speak to the quality of the roster that is at Mount Pleasant. You as you are and the rest of Jamaica is aware, we would have had some acquisition in the summer transfer window. Some of those acquisitions would have been national representative and national invitee. And you are also aware that the new coach is looking out for a core in spite of whatever club you represent. We are just blessed to know that the coach is looking at some of our core players, and we are happy and we appreciate that.
Yeah, but to whom much is given, much is required, So, people are going to look and say there's no way you're supposed to not win the league because you have.
But we are both all aware that if that was the case, then PSG would be champions every year in Europe. That's not the case. This is why we play the game. It is played on the field. So you can go out there with a year of hour of expectation and not go out there and play. Then your opponent will punch you in the mouth. So you have to respect the lead, respect our opponent, give up our best, and live with the results.
Yeah, well said. I know I see someone. Listen, for persons in the diaspora, you can get any local jersey you want online, and it gets
Yes, sir.
you get delivered to your doorstep in a sec, right? So here is the link, Orlando. If you order it right now, you get it by the weekend. Any one of the clubs. That is the site right there. I've just pinned it so you can check it out. I think the Mount Pleasant one are out of stock right now, but most other teams have theirs. But we have a giveaway because we have a Cavaliers jersey that we are giving away today. So anyone who wants to, you're a Cavaliers supporter, you want a Cavaliers jersey, you just call in, and if you answer the question correctly, you will win a Cavaliers jersey. We also have 2 tickets for the game on Monday night that you can also win those 2 tickets to go and watch the games at Arnett Gardens. 2 tickets to the game. All right. That are available for a lucky caller to the show. Remember, hit the like button, subscribe, and share it. Super Friday, so make your voice be known by giving a super sticker and a super chat. Yeah, so you're satisfied with the progress of the team, 21 points from 10 games?
Yes, all right. We're not naive at Mount Pleasant Football Academy. We are aware that what are our shortcomings, what we need to improve, and as we speak, the coaching staff is there trying to fine tune. And guess what? We just want to be there or thereabout just in time for the back end of the season, because there's where that will count the most. So yes, we would always enter each and every game to win when we want to do. However, we are playing against opponents. Some people are people will be coming with their A game based on the roster that is at Mount Pleasant. However, we are still gelling, still trying to develop the chemistry, and it is improving, it is growing as the games goes by. So come the end of April, going into May, June, that's where we want to really hit high gear so that we can go across the line and satisfy the people of St. Ann and Jamaica with some good football.
All right, we have a caller here, so let's see if we can take this one. Welcome to the show, CC.
Yeah, man, the lines are down, Mr. Money.
The lines
can call that. There's issues with flow and digital.
Oh. There you hear people. The lines are down. Yeah.
Is that network issue though?
Mr. Something like I said, the Mount Pleasant jersey. I migrate and dumb the whole Mount Pleasant.
Mr. Christie.
Don't worry yourself. I will ensure that I personally get you a Mount Pleasant jersey. You have my word where that is concerned.
Yes, sir. I hear you. So, but the Mount Pleasant jerseys, they're actually out because they would have given one to give away, but they're actually out. We are
totally out of stock now.
You want to answer the question for Cavaliers?
You want to answer the question for Cavaliers? You want the tickets for the game? Or you want the Cavaliers jersey?
You don't want any Cavalier jersey.
No, I don't.
You want the tickets to come and watch Mount Pleasant versus Chapelton.
Oh, you want the tickets for the game? All right, so
Mount Pleasant Chapelton.
No, the one. All right, so Mr. Christie is going to give you tickets because I have tickets for the Monday night games, the double header.
I can get him ticket for Mount Pleasant Chapelton.
So he says he can give you ticket for the
Mount Pleasant Chapelton.
We treat our fans very well down here.
So you want me to ask a question? Or you want me ask? Let me ask a question. How many signings has Mount Pleasant made January and in the summer?
As you know, how many signings
in total?
January and in the summer?
Yeah, the summer signing and the January signing.
I think it's 10 players.
10. Let's see if it is 10. 2 goalkeepers.
I know.
Shaquille Dyer.
Mm-hmm.
All right. At the far right, Bygrave.
No, but it's a 2 goalkeeper. They're going to count the forward.
No, me I call all the players. Oh, you want me to start? Oh, Dyer. Oh, the 2 goalkeepers. Dyer, Demar Phillips, Kimone Bailey, Niku Daly. At the far right, Bygrave. Dwight Merrick. That's it. Kimani Campbell. That is 9.
Fakidi Ferguson at 10.
No, Fabi Ferguson was there before.
No, him come summer.
Summer, that's 10. Sound like him almost right, you know.
Based on the fact that I would give him to show that he's an ardent supporter of Mount Pleasant. If he can get things out of it.
Yeah, man, he can count himself because it's a new transfer.
Yes. And himself will make 11. Close enough to me.
So there has been 11 signings, right? Between the summer and now.
Between the summer
and now. Because they signed Paul too. They were transferring Paul too.
Yeah, you know, it's good. They call the coaching staff as well. Yeah, no, I'm just kidding. But Mr. Christie, so we're going to connect you with right. They also have the St. Lucian. But the St. Lucian was signed, you know.
Duxley.
Yeah,
Duxley.
But the brother named Leonardo Gibson.
Leonardo Gibson, yes.
So that's what I say. And the guy named Dwight Merrick.
Yeah, called Dwight Merrick. And not only that, and Odean Murray.
That's why I was saying to you they signed 12 players and they need have.
He's absolutely correct. The number.
The reports were wrong. Unless the reports were wrong.
So
the report said that it was 12 players. He's correct.
Yeah. All right. So I will connect you with Mr. Christie so you can get. All right. Big up Brian. Brian has to run. So I'll connect you with Mr. Christie. And thanks to Mullines because they are the sponsors. You know, they're giving us the shirt to wear today. So big up to Mullines. And they have a lucky winner for the shirt. So we'll give it to them. So CC, we will connect you with Mr. Christie at the end of the show so you can get your ticket to the Chapelton Maroon.
Tickets. We want to convert funds. You know, we are convert.
So you have 2 tickets, one for you, one for your lady.
The new convertee. Yes.
All right. So I'll connect you with you and Mr. Christie. That's for the game. All right. Yeah, man. But respect for anything else you want to share?
No, I think to be honest, it's just that the league there was this discrepancy going on with the tier 2 and promotion wise into the league, but I mean it's not necessarily per the league. But I think we have a good Premier League. But I think they need to the base coming up into the Premier League. We need to focus on the organization and from the grassroots coming up into the Premier League because there is a lot of issues surrounding who should be in that league coming to be promoted into the Premier League. So those are the things that I think we should focus on the football structure within the
Yeah, I think like you know the 2 promoted teams are basically struggling for different reasons. I think you know that there needs to be like almost a 6 months looking at the teams at the top of the tier 2 to see how close they are to the expectation of the Premier League because you know but I guess they have time to get it together. At least Chapelton should be having some funds to deal with some of the stuff. So hopefully they can get it together before, you know, the
One thing I can say to you, Rev, a lot of people underestimate how difficult it is to stay in top flight football in Jamaica. It right across the globe. To be in your premier competition right across the globe. And Jamaica is no exception. It is difficult.
Yeah. Yeah, man. Big up Sean Chambers. Beating the press. Bless up yourself. All right, so remember, we still have the 2 tickets to the game on Monday night, the doubleheader in the jungle. We also have a Cavaliers jersey that is free to give away. And we have a question that was submitted to us from the Cavaliers camp for that particular Cavaliers jersey, right? We have Christopher Wright, he won the Mullines jersey. And then CC just won 2 tickets to the Chapelton Maroons versus Mount Pleasant game down there in Clarendon. 1 o'clock. It's going to be at Effortville, right?
Yes, sir.
Effortville. Yeah, early game. And you get to see Atafarai Bygrave, hopefully. And let's see if Nicky Daly and Atafarai Bygrave will put in enough work to be a part of the squad that heads out there. So unfortunate to hear about Kevin Isaacs, though, and his injury. Hope he recovers, in ample time. Very, very, very good footballer. So sad that at this time when the national coach has arrived to start his work, he's out injured. But the Mount Pleasant fans have a lot to celebrate. Like I said, I think the team is being paced, right? As important as these games are, what is important is getting the team settled and playing a particular way for when they get to what you call the business end, which is the semifinals. But like somebody said up here now, that this is the leader. Normally a Cavalier supporter. Don't know if he's changing his wagon this time around. He says, speak the things, man. 10 national invitee. The pressure is on Pleasant to deliver.
Well, if I might adjust that, I don't see it as pressure. We relish the moment to go out there, give the fans good quality, entertaining football. It's not totally together as yet. We are getting it together to ensure, as you rightfully say, at the business end, because believe me, this, whatever you would have done at this end of the season, as long as you are in the business end, then you have to start all over and get it right here. So we are trying to build up, trying to pace ourselves, organize and structure the pace to ensure that we have enough to get across the line whenever we get there.
Yeah, and which is like I said, the important thing. Make sure that you're doing what needs to be done. The thing though is that I think sometimes because Coach Theodore Whitmore has come in from the national team,
Yes.
it's not that it probably bothers him, but I think people judge him differently than the other coaches. Because the truth is, the team has only lost 1 game. That's the truth. At the Arnett Gardens game, they lost that game. They could have gotten most of the other games that they played, even that Arnett Gardens game, because I think it was Suley McCullough who had an opportunity. They could have won. So when you really look at it and just the table itself, the team has only lost 1 game. Could have had some better results, but people talk like Mount Pleasant is already in problems. But they are, like I said, they are second on the table.
We're right here, right where we always aim to aspire to be on top. However, we are aware of all the dynamics, and we are right there amongst the pace, and we don't want to make our move too early. We don't want to run the risk of burning out. I trust the technical expertise of the team and the technical staff. So we are okay. We're okay. We're on pace to where we really want to get to. Not there as yet, but we don't want to run the risk of getting there too early.
Yeah. All right, we have a call online. Welcome to the show. The leader.
I'm interested in answering the question.
Which one of the question? The Cavaliers question?
The one for the jersey.
The one for the jersey? All right, so the question that was asked is, how many games has the Cavalier coached in the top flight?
How many games?
Yes. Has the Cavaliers coached?
Games.
Yeah, yes, games. GAMES. That is the question that
since he has been Up there?
I'm gonna break down the question. Let me ask the question again.
No, I need to know exactly what you're asking. You know. Since he has been up there,
Let me ask you the question as it was tabled to me by Cavaliers. How many games has the Cavaliers coach at the top, at the highest level?
the highest level, as far as I know, is national. You know.
We're talking about Cavaliers, the Cavaliers.
Oh,
Coach
for the club.
Cavaliers at the
No,
highest.
Mannins. Why,
Yeah.
that sounds like, I'll give it a shirt there, you know.
That is a question that they sent to me.
Because, by the way, the first thing we have to specify in that is, who is the coach you're talking about? So I won't bother go there.
Rudolph Speid.
Rudolph is the technical, he's not the coach.
Well, whether you want to that is a question he submitted. So you can take up that.
He is not labeled on the match card as a coach.
All right. So let me. All right. I need to text. Listen, I need to call the Cavaliers people and tell them that.
Yeah, man. I need to fix up that question.
Yeah, the question that. So he's not the coach.
He is not listed on any. When you look at the match card, he's not on there as the coach.
Okay. So let me say that.
So we can tell him that.
Yeah, he's a sporting director.
Man. Oh, God.
Yes,
he's a sporting director. Why, man, anyway, we can move along. Because that one ain't for me. That one, I don't know nobody. Okay. Anyway, man, quick thing here now. Just a thing on the Chapelton Maroons thing.
Yeah.
That's what I really was interested in talking about. What my personal advice to those kids is to stay settled. It's just like you go to a job and your manager leaves. You don't leave because your manager goes, right? What you try to do is stick it out, because the opportunity that they're having now to get first team football in the Premier League is very hard. It's few clubs that give them that opportunity. It's not a must that they're going to still maintain it with the new coach, but they're already there. I think they should stick it out. However, I also understand from the other part of the thing, because I think one of the plans were for Clarendon College were that they were going to use the Chapelton Maroons almost as something to help to get their players ready. A lot of clubs do that with Major League and so on. Not so much, Tier 2. But you can see what the idea was.
Okay.
Right? So I would just recommend that they just stay settled. They're getting a very good coach there who has a lot of experience. Stick it out, because they will never have that same coach for the rest of their life. Okay? Because a lot of them in another 2 years, they're going to have another coach somewhere, whether it's college or pro or wherever. So they need to, just keep it level-headed. And I would hope that the management of Clarendon is not trying to influence them to leave because of that.
Yeah, but
okay. So that's just.
All right. So if we get, if I get a next question, because you called in, we'll try to. So we have sent in to find out from them. So if I get a next question, I'll call so you can try and answer it. But yeah. Yeah.
Okay.
All right.
Have to Google that though. This coach was in the Premier League, and he got relegated, and he came right back and that. It's a long time this coach is coaching.
Yeah, but they have the answer, and the answer is online. The answer is actually online to the question. So I don't know this person called. I don't know it.
Okay. Well,
yeah. So, but the answer is there though. The answer is there for We have a next caller here. Hey, welcome to I Am Sure Sports, Balakar. How you doing?
Yeah, man. Man. No question did the Mount Pleasant.
The Mount Pleasant question was asked already, and it was for tickets for the game, and that was won by someone else.
Man, Balakar is the hard-end Mount Pleasant fan.
No, but Balakar not going to go to Clarendon to watch the game. When we have a home game.
No, I'm not going to carry that, man. But Mr. Chris, me really calling for a serious question in general.
Go ahead.
Why a next striker?
Why we get a next striker?
Yeah.
How many strikers the club have?
Round 4 or 5 now.
Name them.
But if you name them, man. No, you can name 3 right now. 3
Then
at
after the 3, hold on. I guarantee you can name 3. I want you to name me the 4th or the 5th because I don't know the 4th or the 5th either.
What is basically saying, Balaka, that they only have 3 strikers?
All right. Let me make it more clear to you. What are you going to do to make them striker the happy?
I didn't hear the question.
He's saying, what are you going to do to make
What
them...
you and the coaching staff going to do to make them 3 striker the happy?
We have 3 strikers. Would it be the first time you see 3 strikers play all at once?
Them the 3 striker they not play one time, the general. Nobody said that.
Well, then you have what is called reserve and all of that, and substitution and all of that. You have players that will be in form, out of form, and all of those dynamics. And as I said before earlier on, I trust the judgment of Mr. Whitmore and his technical staff. And he shows me that he knows what he's doing. So I've not been in a position to question his judgment.
Okay. But when me they said though, you as the manager and do the things them to Mount Pleasant now. Are you buy the players, the coach tell the players them where him want, or you recommend players to him?
No, I don't recommend players for the coach. The coach, why would you recommend players for the coach? The coach knows what he wants, the type of player that will fit in his system. And I try to negotiate with other clubs to get these players. But the job of who comes in and out of Mount Pleasant solely rests at the feet of Mr. Whitmore and his technical staff.
And he's a sporting director, not the manager. Balakar.
And I feel like Mount Pleasant do some good signing and then do some bad signing. All right, we can proudly say they make 1, 2, 3 good signing for your team. 1 signing, me not tolerate none at all. For some reason, a year former player and as a defender, we just need to say he not up to the part. You understand? But me can be wrong, but that's for me. That's not my opinion. You understand? But so far, so good for Mount Pleasant. But me don't want to know how the 3 striker them go happy. I will not talk about
what's the player? What that player that you're talking about?
Dyer, the defender.
Well, before I answer that question, I'm going to say this first. 1, I don't coach. Never ever profess to be a coach. Are you aware that of any player in Mount Pleasant, Dyer would have played the most minutes for the club?
Yes, but why? But you're still astray from the point.
But if the coach requested Dyer and he's playing in his system, you ever consider that the coach knows what he's doing and this is the type of player that he wants in his system?
No. I'm afraid that the coach don't get fired soon, Pete. That's my opinion.
Balaka, boy, let me keep on telling you, guys, that
well, let me say this categorically. Now that you're on here and you're bringing the tenure of Mr. Whitmore in question, the more I can safely say this to you, Mr. Whitmore's job is in no way, shape, or form under any stretch or concern. I speak on behalf of the hierarchy of the Mount Pleasant Football Academy.
Let me say this here, Balakar.
Okay, sir.
Let me say this, Balakar. All right. I keep on telling people that this guy, Dyer, has been, from his dumb beholding time, one of the best players in his position in the league in the last couple of seasons. I'm telling you, last season the man was paramount to dumb beholden. Me not ask him, I tell you.
Paramount.
to them hold and
Man is
success.
man.
And this season so far, go ahead.
You know who remind me? He remind me of the brother from when I used to play for Mount Pleasant named Campbell. Them not ready none at all. Sorry to say, he's young and he can play, but I'm not going to be biased.
Okay, well, that's your
People say,
opinion. Your opinion and my opinion. Yeah.
Yeah, my
Completely
opinion
different.
and your opinion different. Me, if he said the coach could have go get a different player, that in my eye, in my.
It's not like your personal preference you're talking about, though. That I can tell you. Are you aware that Shaquille Dyer, as a defender, played 900 minutes without a single card? As a defender,
Play 500 minutes.
They want other defender in the country that.
Which club in there play for at that time? Mount Pleasant?
He played 900 minutes for Mount Pleasant and has not received a card as yet.
So that means say me watch 95% of the game them. Nobody now run for him can get that.
No,
because
Balakar, no,
Balakar.
Balakar. The man just counter you.
With him, man is man.
All right. Go ahead, Balakar.
The reason with him. The reason why most of the time, to cut out that team are the defensive midfielder in a go through for nobody run for him. He get no care at all. When in there your team, Fabian McCarthy make him look so damn good. Why never buy Fabian McCarthy at Mount Pleasant? Why tap on him request a good defensive midfielder more than a try to use a central midfielder in the defensive midfield? Get competition with Al Leonardo because Leonardo ranking injured and Kevin Isaac injured. We need, you understand? You know about the game, man.
Balakar. What the man is saying is like, all right. You said that the man is rush like Dwayne Campbell. You remind you of Dwayne Campbell. The man have just said 10 games, 90 minutes, 900 minutes, and he has yet to receive one card. Your counter to that is because nobody is running at him. In other words, you're saying that he has not made any tackles in the league in 10 games because if he had made a tackle, he would have been carded. That is not sound reasoning.
Man is man.
Yeah.
You see, to me now, see, so my time, although you have to say it.
And listen, I am qualified. Balakar.
Yeah.
Balakar. I'm qualified to speak on that said player. I'm qualified to speak about that said player. He would have missed one game last season for card accumulation. One single game for the entire duration of the Premier League.
You never have to tell me that because I'm going to go get three about that. But let me ask you, General. Me come from Tulani and me understand where going out of Mount Pleasant because a lot of players from down this side used to their Mount Pleasant. And a lot of players from down this side where their Mount Pleasant don't deserve for their Mount Pleasant. Me want to see Mount Pleasant live for two. And if this year they fail, it don't look good. You understand me? You don't do a good job.
Well, guess what? We can only assemble a team and play football the right way and live with the result. This is why we play the game in a Balakar. Nothing is guaranteed because if you're looking at that, you would have just taken up the trophy and give it to Mount Pleasant before the start of the season. Football don't play that way. We have good quality coaches who are studying the game and trying to neutralize you as well.
Okay, so what about how much the plan that Coach Whitmore and the assistant them have? It's like is it a 3-year plan, a 4-year plan, a 2-year plan to get to the title? We don't like to know.
If there's a 3-year plan, yes, there's a 3-year plan. However, we are still trying to compete for this season and hope to defend it next season and the other season. We want to win everything. That's what I'm saying to you. We are here to win. But however, football is not played like that. You have to go out there each day and execute, play football the right way and live with the result.
That's true. But when me want to say to you, we're going to make an example, A PSG, a high spending club. And they must spend money and them now get no title behind it. Beyond that, people go get fire for it, right? So, just hopefully this season, Mount Pleasant can go beyond or go over the finishing line. If them got final, I'm 100% sure so them go win. With the Bygrave addition, it's very good. But me just feel say something go up more there. You have Mickfoot Daly, you have Stewart, I have Bygrave. Them three striker, any other team then go, and them are the number one striker. Any team in the island then go. You understand? And Stewart Mannings, man. I never know Stewart that young, 22-year-old.
Yeah, 22.
Mannings, man, the youth they have fought,
Yes, sir.
Good future in the football, man. The feel somebody 29 now.
No man, he remember that he and thing they were played together at the same time, He and remember when Ronaldo Cephas was at Charlie Smith, it was Trevante Stewart why he was scoring all of the goals. They were just kicking just kicking the ball to Trevante Stewart, him hold it up and pass it to Ronaldo Cephas,
Oh Jesus, please. Not then most of the youth there.
Yeah.
He come far away though.
Yep.
And he's still trying to improve, still trying to get better. The coaches are working with him on a daily basis. So he will improve, he will get better. So
Nicky is 22 as well,
Don't worry too much.
Yeah, man, I know say Mickey Daly.
You sound like you're nervous, Balakar, man.
No, man, me nervous because I know Bygrave will come and start, but go score. But me no want that this Trevante, you sit down for the bench. Now get no playing time because we need him out of the island. Young.
That's the process. Just the process. We will be okay.
Bygrave at 29. So you a farmer like from the whole time with Bygrave. I need to ask this question. Why Bygrave fell so short in that country? And him play so good to the club.
Yeah, because all right, let me answer that for you. I can answer that. They never extended it because what they wanted to extend it for, it wasn't worth it. In terms of extending his contract. Yeah.
You think that can be because like in years two, he might get too old or something like that?
No. Sometimes listen, when you check out the living, you understand me? So you went there to save the team from relegation. The team now gets saved from relegation. A new season, and you're supposed to get, whatever, but they didn't do it. You know what they're offering you, it don't worth it to live there and play for that. That is it. So they couldn't negotiate between agent and player for the extension of the contract. So the agent says, listen, just come back. It's a joke thing. So the other player extended his, but yeah. So sometimes you have to do that in a ball car. Sometimes the discomfort where you go through, the money have to be worth it. Are you better there?
Yeah, because man, a real talk, man, because even the former national ball talk about over that country a lot, and how them try to drop the peer, you see
there you go. You understand. There you go. So when the team is not in when the team is not in trouble, that's one thing.
Yeah.
I remember Bygrave is also older than Daniel Green. So
that's what I say. So the Daniel Green situation kind of up and good, right?
Yeah, man, he's up. He got an extension.
Oh.
Yeah.
But hopefully Brighton can carry winning mentality to Mount Pleasant. You understand? Looking
Yeah.
forward. You mean I squad for this week?
Yes. And Nicky Daly. I don't know if they're in the squad, but they have been cleared. So if they yeah.
Oh, so the reason why Mickey Daly never did play because he never cleared to play it.
No, both of them. You have to get international clearance when you play overseas and you come back locally.
Okay, so Mickey Daly they on a loan or what?
No, man.
So Charlton Battery did sign it.
No, Mount Pleasant don't have any loan players.
No,
all
his
the players
contract
at Mount
thing
Pleasant
got
are owned by
terminated.
Mount Pleasant.
But even when it's terminated, you need international clearance, because if you go and play in the next jurisdiction, you have to be cleared by them to play somewhere else. It's called IT International Transfer, ITC. I think it is called.
Yeah. But,
international transfer clearance.
Yeah, international transfer clearance, I think it is, yeah. So you have to wait until you get that before the player can play. But you can register them. It don't matter if you go USL, you need it. If you go USL, you need it. If you go Trinidad, you need it. If you go St. Kitts, once you come back, you need it.
Yeah. Me overs, man. Me overs. So I say, if we find a little Super League, you need clearance. That you can get in a trouble.
Yeah,
right?
even if you
as long as it's a FIFA run competition.
So if there's a player down in Trelawney who was overseas and don't get international clearance and they're playing, the player, they have to show that they get international clearance. If they don't get international clearance, they cannot play. Once you play football over there, yes.
What on the man?
It's so like
yeah, man.
So like it's so like you learn something new, Malaka, you're gonna do some investigation, man.
No, me investigate that long time, man. But it's not gonna be a problem to me, you know. Me alright with that, you know, but I just the interest the youngster. The look out for, you understand?
Okay, yeah.
Like, no bad up, you know?
Okay, yeah, but you can't play without international clearance.
Oh, so that's the reason we never see Mickey Daly then.
Right. You see how long it took him, though he was there? You see how long? You see Bygrave? Yeah, because it takes a while, you know.
Bygrave come too fast, though.
No, not really. Because this is what? This is the 28th of January, you know. And he has been here from December.
How long Nicky Daly did it for?
Nicky Daly was here from in September.
Yeah, so yeah. But as I'm saying, hopefully them share the game the right way, and man is man, we just hope for you them out there.
It's like you don't trust the judgment of the coach, Balakar. It's an international coach we have, you know, Balakar. That coach the national team already, you know.
Yeah.
It's a big coach we have at Mount Pleasant, you know.
Sir, Christie.
Just trust the coach and trust that he know that he's doing, man. Don't worry too much about it.
Well, I know the respect Tapper as a football player because he's a maestro. The even see clippings with him. They playing at the Mount Pleasant system same way. And he don't lose the at all. Probably only it's alone him lose. But he don't lose in touch. But when it comes to the coaching and team brand of football, me not too like that. You see the JC coach, him have more different type of playing style and that and Tapper, but they might work together. So eventually you work. But as I say, me just hope the players them have unity between them.
Man, the camaraderie is well down there, and the team chemistry is good.
Yeah.
It's a good time to be a Mount Pleasant player now.
Yeah.
The reason why me they say it, you know, you see anywhere the big bucks they spend in a Jamaica football team, you can be uncomfortable with the players them. You understand me? So We know how Jamaica football stay. When time a player they get certain percentage of that and a next player they get that and a next man go say, yo, me have to play now. So me they bust a tattoo for the boy if you get a game, you know. You understand me? So just hopefully you them come together. If a man they play and them not play, just work with it. Because we need a title. The last time we see title on this side, a man take a be a United. We need a next title on this side, man. You understand?
And Balaka, can I tell you this? You know that even I was at the session yesterday and I see the players cheering on each other, laughing with each other. Even at the games, the players on the bench, I don't see any long face or sad face. People like cheering and rooting for their teammates. And so I understand what you're saying, and I'm not making light of it. But I am not seeing that here with this core of players at Mount Pleasant. I think they're looking out for each other. They're rooting for each other. And the coach is doing very well with his rotation system. So, and they understand what is happening, that we are trying to take it to a different level.
Well, a good thing that, man.
All right, Balakar. We're going to see if we can release Sir Christie, see if we can get one more person on the scene and thing. But respect for the call. And Balakar, next game at Draxal, hopefully we can have some tickets to give away so you can forward and yeah.
No, next which date that one? Sunday or on Wednesday?
No man, Sunday man, but we don't know when yet. But we'll yeah.
Man is man, remember saying we could do a final next week Sunday, you know, man.
Don't worry yourself, man. Could have a final and would have a final and maybe a final is not no guarantee. All right.
Well, reach up in I tier 2 with the young youth, them, you know, management. So, you know.
Yeah, bud.
But they know what see me after I show more link, you know, come on ask.
we know you want to ask, but not a problem. All right, Balakar. Yeah, bud. All right, yeah, bud. So, Sir Christie, I want to thank you. I notice you're driving as well, and I don't want you to be driving and what. So, thank you for coming on. I appreciate, the talk, and thanks for the ticket. We have
Thanks for having me as always.
Yeah, man. All right. We see we have Unseen here, so I'm going to. Thanks, Jason, for the super sticker. I want to remind the people that this is also Super Friday, so please, if you're watching, please drop a super sticker, super chat. Also to Orlando, I think he dropped a $5 super sticker. Listen, we need some more, you're right? We try to get at least 10 on a Friday for the support of the channel. We have 2, so we have like 8 to go, and we're about to close. We have Unseen, and when Unseen comes on the scene, everything changes. Big up to Military Gona TV as well. TikTok, bless up. He says, he talking about international clearance. He says it depends on the speed of the clubs releasing your clearance. All right, and then Orlando Nicholas says, hope Stewart game progress is not stalled by the additions. Unseen.
Yes, sir.
Yeah, man, how you doing? Yeah, go ahead.
What's
Your
the
time.
question?
I don't know. You said send the link, so I send the link. There's no question.
Okay, there's no question. Oh, I think you asked me a question. We got the people in the comment section.
We gave away, we gave away a Mulline shirt. Somebody won the Mulline shirt. You want to answer for we have a Cavalier shirt. Big up Ryan LFC as well. You want to win a Cavalier shirt? No, man. Watch out now. Military goodness.
No,
money is man supporting. No, man. What we're doing, we support the clubs, them, so we get with jersey from the clubs, them. So next week I'm going to support a different club. You understand me for the show, but you don't know. And, Unseen. Yeah.
Go ahead, I'll give you a jersey, man. You have jersey, man.
Yeah?
Make somebody else win it, man.
Oh, make somebody else win it. Military Guna say want to win the Cavalier shirt. What do you think?
Yeah.
But you have to call and then we ask the question. So you just call in Military and we ask you the question, and if you answer the question correctly, you win the jersey. All right? And we also have 2 tickets for the game at Arnett Gardens Monday night, the doubleheader. So anybody wants to win those can call in, answer a question, and you get them. All right? Yeah, Unseen. Yeah. Big up Elite Sports TV, Ryan LFC. So, Unseen, what do you say about the weekend fixture? You heard what is happening down at Chapelton Maroons. Players are leaving. We have been hearing.
Yeah, players are leaving, but they're getting back players also. They're getting back players. Players leaving. Key players leaving still, you know. But they're getting players.
Yeah, you hear that some players have gone down there.
Yes. And most of the youth leaving, like Marcus Reed, heard that he's going to Harborview. You know, that's how it goes. Sometimes, you know.
Yeah, Malachi Douglas is Harborview as well.
Right. So maybe at the end of the day, man is man. You know, the owner have to do what they have to do. You understand me? We don't know what they think about the situation. If you listen to one side of the story, you know, so we don't really know. At the end of the day, first people spending their money, you know, want results. You understand me? They want results. So you have to work. you have to work with the managers, or the owners. Yeah, work with what they want.
Okay.
But yeah, work with them, leave them.
Yeah. Okay. So you think it's a good thing though for the players to, you know, like, because the previous coach left, for them to kind of follow suit and leave the club?
I mean, sometimes people look at loyalty, you know. Maybe if the youngsters did not go, they might brand them as, you know, disloyal kind of athletes or, you know, persons and thing. But, you know, it can hurt them in the future. You understand me? It can hurt them in the future, man, I think. But at the end of the day, you know, people will say that, you know, loyalty comes first, and, you know, and sometimes if you don't take that choice, man, like, go with your coach, or you stand up and you say I want to play at the club where you're comfortable there, people start branding. You understand me? So sometimes it's a forced decision, man. You know, it's just hard, but it can hurt them though. You know.
Okay, I think that, like, if they're gonna go somewhere where they're not going to get in the game, I don't see it makes sense.
That's true.
You understand me? You have to make sure you're going to get game, because you leave and you go to a club that you're not going to play. Doesn't make sense, because the important thing at this age is to be playing regularly. You understand?
And they're leaving a club where they get game time to somewhere they might not even get any game time that easily. You know, make it a 30 minutes there, a 20 minutes there, because you're not going to go there and just come in and take another person's game like that so easily.
There you go. Especially the teams that are at the top.
Right. Even if the players are, you know, having a 1 or 2 bad game, you're not gonna start over them.
Yeah. All right, people. So listen, we are going to close the show because we have our EPL show, not a long show, but we have our EPL show coming up shortly. So here's what we want to do. Remember, we have 2 tickets to the Monday night games. All right. And any one of our shows before Monday night, you can win those tickets. We have a Cavalier shirts to give away. We gave away the Mullines one. We have a Cavalier shirt. So if you want to win the replica shirt, all you have to do is to call in and you know, answer a simple question. We asked the question earlier, and but we gave away a couple of tickets. We gave away a shirt. So we want to support the JPL. We also pinned the link where you can go and purchase the shirt. I think one club, Mount Pleasant, they have all of their shirts are out. So that is one issue right there. So yeah. So you would not be able to get them. Orlando, when you get through, right, please let us know that everything worked out with the shirt. And if you have any problems, you can also get back to us. Hey, Unseen, listen, yeah, man. I don't know if there's anything else you want to add. You know, we spoke about the transfers that has taken place and things. So I don't know.
Yeah. I would like to ask you about the transfer with what's his name? Biograve, Butterfly Biograve going to. What do you think? Like, you're a Mount Pleasant fan. What do you think about it?
I think if you really want to win the title, it is good because you can do a couple of things. One, he played with Peter McGregor, right? Yeah. So there he can play with Pete. He can play with Stewart. We have Ryan LFC. Right. Hold on, Unseen. I soon finish. Ryan LFC, what's going on? You're not in Jamaica, so you can't win the ticket for the Annette Garden match.
So, military win the jersey already?
Military to answer the question.
So what is the question? Oh,
The question, so Cavalier submitted the question, so let me ask it. How many games have Rudolph Speed coached at the highest level, which is the Premier League level? How many games? The total amount of games?
320.
No, you don't reach 300 yet. You know, the answer is out there, though. You know, we can't understand how. It's the answer is on Google, you know.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah. It's on Google. No, you know what happened? They submitted the question, so I would have to get permission from them to ask the next question. So, you know, just Google it, my head up on your phone, man. No easy thing, that, man.
My Google tell him lie, you know. My Google tell him lie, you know, man.
I don't want to cheat, man. I don't want to cheat. Give me the next Cavalier's question,
man. Question. So let me give you my next question. Where's the people? Give me my next question. It's in the 200. It is in the 200. Before the season end, he's going to have 300 games. It's not at 300. But here's the next question, right? Who is the second leading goal scorer at Cavaliers, and who has the most assists? Easy one, that.
So the second leading goal scorer is Lizzie Atkinson.
Okay.
And the next one, who is the second? Who is the leading assist in the team?
For Cavaliers, yeah.
Atkinson.
Yeah, tell him on the answer.
Atkinson.
Yeah, tell him on the answer. All right, so we're gonna make it get. So Ryan LFC is the winner of the Cavaliers shirt, right? Yeah, so we're gonna work out how we get the shirt here. I don't know if you want someone to pick it up locally, or I will try to find a way to get it to you.
Bro, my dad come soon again, brother. So I need it.
All right, so you want somebody to collect it out here? That can work, and they'll bring it to you. All right, so after when I finish the show, we'll make the arrangements for you to get the jersey. What size? Medium or large?
Small.
I'm wearing a medium.
Extra large.
What?
One girl in my child.
Extra.
I don't fear that, man. I don't fear that. You might get extra.
No, medium.
All right. So we'll get.
My man, that's look bigger than you, man.
It is a medium. That's what I'm saying. That is a medium 5, man. So we'll get your medium shirt. All right. Respect LFC.
Thank you.
Yes, Cavaliers. So you'll get a nice Cavaliers jersey, medium. So we'll let them get it by the end of this week. Or early Monday. Yeah, man, you're welcome. All right, there you go. Yeah, all right. Yeah, man. So, all right. So Ryan LFC won the Chelsea shirt. Christopher Wright won the Mulline shirt. CC won the Mount Pleasant ticket for the Mount Pleasant game. We don't have a winner yet for the Arnett Gardens game, but we're gonna close the show right now because we have our EPL show coming up at 6 o'clock. Won't be long, from 6 to 7, just 1 hour, looking at the EPL fixtures and some transfers. And so want to thank all our guests, Mr. Owen Hill, for coming on.
Remember you answer the question. You know.
What is the question? Yeah, so Atafari Bygrave can play alongside Peter Trevante Stewart. That's number 1.
Mm-hmm.
All right, that's number 1.
Where does Nicky Woodley fit?
So you have to come on, like, who is on foreign players? So at some point, Stewart is not going to be scoring. We saw with Haaland. Haaland started out scoring a lot of goals in the league. He hasn't been scoring, but he still plays. So you have that, right? So you can rotate them. They didn't have any options. So I don't see how it is bad to have two other strikers. If Stewart was injured, they would have to bring in wing players to play in that position. So now they have point men. You can also set up a team differently. You understand me? In terms of how you want to play. You can throw all three of them on. Sometimes force let them play narrow as a front three and still use wing backs to overlap. So there are different ways they can deploy them, depend on the moments in the game and how things are progressing with your team. But I don't see that thing. Like having quality cannot be bad. It's how you manage the quality that is important.
Or you put them on the field.
Manage them. In other words, get as much quality as you can as long as you can manage the quality well. And if you can't manage the quality...
But that's the problem with Mount Pleasant, can't manage the quality.
Well, that is your assumption, that is your opinion that is the problem. I don't understand what...
Over the years.
Well, we're talking about this season.
Well, they're going on quite fine.
A team that has been in the Premier League for 4 seasons and every season make the playoffs. Right. Finished third a couple of times. A new team. All right? Still we say that they haven't done this. And the point is...
Have we done what? This?
Because they haven't won. And no team in the history of the Premier League have come in and won the league so quickly. None.
But man is man. Based on the qualities that Mount Pleasant have over the years.
But I'm telling you,
it was expected for them to qualify for playoff.
No, man. Promoted teams. No, what I'm saying to you is that promoted teams, like when MPA moved from Seba to MPA, they were a quality team. When Portmore United came back into the league, they were a quality team. When the teams qualify and come in the league, when the Waterhouse team, when they came into the Premier League, they were a quality team. It took them some time to win the league. The issue a lot of people have is because of the money. If you took away the money from Mount Pleasant, a lot of the things that are being said, when you look at the fact, I agree that they have had teams that could have won the league, and they should have won the league. But to make it look like they have failed in 4 seasons in the league, having been into all the playoffs since they came in from their first season, and also given the fact that they have changed coaches so many times, it's really still...
I wouldn't say they're failing now. I would just say they underperform.
I totally agree with you. Totally agree with you. Yeah. That I agree.
Over the years.
Yeah, man. Yeah. But bless up. So join us again, people, at like I said, 6 o'clock to 7 o'clock, 1 hour show. Oh, Humble Lion versus Portmore. We were supposed to have surprise, but he didn't come on Fresh God. So that is the thing, boy. I tell you, so many things. But we have to go because there are so many things happening in the EPL. So many things. And we want to talk about that. So we're going to cut now. We have gone way past time. We are almost heading into 3 hours on this show. So join us again at 6 o'clock for our next show. I am Management. Listen, when you come back, make sure you hit up the thing with some super chat and some super stickers. You understand me? Mount Pleasant versus the Maroon. Fresh God said Mount Pleasant 3, Maroons 0. Humble Lions 2, Portmore 0, says Fresh God. Big up. Thanks to everyone. Remember, before you go, hit the like button. Thanks to Unseen Sports TV. Go and check him out. Big up Ryan LFC at Elite Sports TV. Big up Military Guna at MG Sports TV. To Owen Hill, Lee Croft Letman, Mr. Christie, CC, Balakar, all the moderators. Big up all the super person who gave super stickers, super chat, all the comments. Thank you so much. I am Management. This has been I Am Sure Sports. And you know how it is when it gets to this point. We say we are over and we are OUT. Oh,
Yo, watch about dog. SK New Air this. The body out there. Sniper King I represent for I Am Sure Sports. You get to me, I say, when you want the latest news and sports and updates and all of that, check out I Am Sure Sports. You know the thing goes in. Remember, cover the whole island. Remember Kingston, Westmoreland, Galchester, Ocherase, Galtigo Bay. Everywhere. I Am Sure Sports. Check it out for the latest news and latest updates. Sniper King I represent. Where them feel like? Ha. Yeah, someone on for the food from young, from where they knee height. I Am Sure Sports. Yeah, dog.